I know, we got really rough. I sat on my phone. To be real, this is the third time. Genuinely, this is the third time my ass has changed the song before stream, like in the entirety of my stream. But it's impressive that my ass can do that. Good morning, Rod. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. Interessante. Anyways, good morning. I hope you're all doing well. My ass has superpowers. That's one of the things I hate about leggings. It's a stupid thing. Good morning, glut. But like, you can what's the word? Like, you can use a phone through leggings. So like, you sit on your phone and the screen's on and your butt's gonna do stuff. I don't know how to put that. Whoops. Anyways, thank you. Actually, I've had this forever, and I'm testing it out today to see how talk/bong proof this lipstick is. It's really dry. Like, no transfer, which is great, but I feel like my mouth is covered in dust. It's I don't know. It's called Beauty by Beauty Bakery. I think they actually went out of business. I think that's how long I've had this. It is. That's most longwear lipsticks. That's the problem with them. Like, they basically make like a latex layer on your lip, and then it dries solid, and then that's why it doesn't transfer, but it's feels a little dry. So we're testing it. I've Googled, like, I've been all over the internet. There's no such, like, no one markets lipstick for talkers, and it drives me crazy. Like, every lipstick out there that's like on Reddit and whatnot, and I'm trying to find like long lasting ones that you can talk through, you know, like I literally Google lipstick that is talk proof, doesn't exist. Like, they make lipsticks nowadays that like you can drink, you can eat, you can whatever, but you have one meal. Like, that's one instance the lipstick has to hold up to. But lipstick that lasts through someone who is literally doing this for 6 hours straight, haven't found it yet. I'm still on the journey, but we'll see. I don't know. It's a pretty color. It is. Oh, 100%. It is really pretty. It's just, I can feel it's dry. Like, it's dry. It's interesting. But we're trying it because Hitler hates lipstick. Hated. I'm kind of, so no shit, this is my tester on my hand, and that's after washing my hand multiple times. Like, the shit doesn't come off, but the color's pretty, so I'm thinking it might stain my lips a pretty color too. Usually what happens is, from talking and stuff, the wax that's in lipstick starts to build up on the inner, like, ridge of your lip, and you can feel it, like little balls. It's disgusting. That's the majority of lipsticks do that, so I'm testing. We'll find one. We'll find a talk-proof lipstick. It's drink-proof, though. That's good. But it got on my teeth. If you don't follow me on Blue Sky, please do so. I no longer interact with the Twitter place. I have my account there and everything just to keep, you know, people from stealing me. But please follow me on Blue Sky. I posted a video this morning. The lipstick was so dry, it bonded to my teeth. I felt like a pretty girl. I love having... Actually, you know when we do, like, SFX, if I need to make my teeth dirty or blacked out, this shit would work really well. Because I had to take a Q-tip and, like, off my teeth. It was on there. Dream, holy shit. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving anything for 22 months. That's a really fucking long time, and I appreciate you. And thank you. Did you see that, Rod? I know. I tried to do, like, a smile, like, but it was all over my teeth. I thought you'd appreciate that one. Did you like that? Thank you. Thank you. I could TikTok. I'm never doing that. Don't worry. That's not happening. It's not going to happen. Could, but it's not. Good morning, Super Papa. How are you? Good morning, Vex. How are you, love? I was trying to go for the smile thing. I have a really good I'm capable of smiling without my eyes. It's a real creepy dead smile. I love it. But it works much better when you have lipstick on your teeth. I went to our local teen nutrition place and got me a little treat and a new cup. Oh, yay. How do you not dream? My voice is so rough. Treat yourself. A cup is such a small pleasure in this world. Treat yourself to a fucking cup. Some people go out in the day and spend thousands of dollars. And they're like, well, I just picked up a new fridge or whatever. Something I didn't need. It's a cup. Treat yourself. Albel, my love, how are you? My eye just teared. You made a tear come, Elle. How are you? It happened. Good morning, Best Belly. How are you, love? Yeah, get yourself the fucking cup. Life is short. Hot. This lipstick is so dry and weird. Anyways, I hope you're all doing well. We're probably finishing Control. And I went and I got Alan Wake 2 like an adult. But can I tell you? I have to tell you this because it's funny to me. So we have been playing the entire Remedyverse, like from start to finish. It's because I've never played Alan Wake 2. Please, no spoilers. But we played Alan Wake, and then we played Alan Wake American Nightmare, and then we played Quantum Break, and then we are playing Control. We are in the last DLC of Control right now. And so I figure if we beat the Control today, we can just roll straight into Alan Wake 2, which will be, I can't tell you, my nipples are sweating about it. I'm so excited. Because it's fucking epic, which you guys know my computer bricked itself, so I had to clear the whole thing. So I had to go download the Epic, download the installer and whatever on last night. And I download it, log in. Guess who owned the remastered Alan Wake on the Epic store and did not play that version. We don't need to talk about it. I know. I can't believe I've done this. Who the fuck uses the Epic launcher? I didn't know, but it was right there. The remastered version, everything. I literally just sat there and stared at it for about 5 minutes and then hit the install. And the second one was like, well, there's too many launchers. There's too many. I mean, my computer bricked a month ago and I've already got 4 launchers on my computer. I feel like for every specific fucking game, you have to get some goddamn launcher for it. And I'm just not interested. I really hope there's controller support, Glut. Oh, God. Please have controller support for Alan Wake 2. That's all I want. We don't need Alan Wake 1 anymore. It's there. But, oh, God, please. Wait, really? Play Night. It aggregates all of your game launchers into one program where you can see where it installs from. And that's not like, that's real. Like it would put together Epic and GOG and Riot and all of those launchers into one launcher. And I wouldn't have to have all of those other launchers downloaded. White Buffalo, you might have just changed my life. I have lipstick on my teeth again. I did. Is this shit shedding on my teeth? If you guys see a black dot on my teeth, please don't feel bad being like, hey, Katie, there's something on your teeth. We're testing a lipstick today. Anyways, I'm writing that down because that sounds, I mean, I didn't even think to look for something like that. You still need the launcher to play it, but you can launch the game from Play Night too. I mean, that's just to have all of your games in one thing. One launcher to see them all right there. So then I'm not double buying games. Because what if I would have gone and bought Alan Wake again? Like, thankfully, I owned it on Steam as well. Like, I own the original one. But it's annoying because you forget what's everywhere. And then I'm sure I'm not the only one who has double games. I mean, obviously, I have Alan Wake double. But I have double games across launchers because I'll just forget completely. It happened, like, Ubisoft? Who the fuck uses Ubisoft? And yet, I'm sure I have games on Ubisoft that I own. The double dipping, that's what I'm saying. The double dipping is I couldn't even tell you. There's so much double. There's been in the past. I'm much more careful about it nowadays. And I raid my email, go through my email, try to see if I have a Ubisoft account or something like Uno on Ubisoft. Or isn't Ubisoft, is Ubisoft, The Sims? I feel like that's The Sims. Like, Ubisoft is Sims, and that's pretty much anybody uses it for, but you have to have it if you want to play The Sims. Who the fuck hasn't played The Sims? Oh, that's EA, just kidding. EA is another one, though, my god. I need to write this down, hold on. I don't have a pen. Who's a streamer without a pen? Oh, I have a bucket. I don't have a pen, someone help. Where are they? We don't have to talk about it. She's doing Najeel, cheers. Let's cheers. Then I'll have an excuse for the way my brain's enacting today. Back like 10 to 15 years ago, when all the publishers made their own launchers and they were all garbage. Seriously, they did. It was so, oh my god, Glut, you just like viscerally reminded me of when I used to play ESO all the time. One of the number one things that I had to chant in my stream, like daily, was do not buy ESO through Steam. For fuck's sake, buy it through the website and use their own launcher. Because no matter what, if you bought ESO through Steam, you had to launch Steam, and then Steam would launch the ESO launcher, which would then launch the game, and sometimes it would literally act like it was launching the game twice in the background, and people's games would fuck up. Wow, I forgot. Oh, no problem. We have link protection because, shitty people are out there. No worries. My mods are wonderful and they always give permits. They're awesome. Thank you. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to write it down too, just so I don't forget, but that's awesome. Play night. Thank you. It's Play Night, NITE. If anybody else is looking into it, that's pretty dope. Dream, isn't that, how many people bought ESO twice because of that? And it infuriates me. Like, I'm sure ESO is loving it. Like, they fucking bank off of that. But the sheer amount of people that bought it through Steam, because it would be on sale on Steam or something like that, and then the launcher issues were just ridiculous because ESO has its own goddamn launcher. It's very similar to like a WoW launcher or, what's the Diablo? Where it has like all your like the various games of that publisher on the side or whatever. So it's got ESO and then it's got, what's their card game? Elder Scrolls something. Battle.net. It's like Battle.net, but it's the ESO version. Exactly. Yeah. So it'll launch it twice and sometimes actually tries to launch the game twice. It was a huge issue. Hearthstone. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, really? Also, Steam gets a cut of purchases made through games they launch. So would you say to support game studios and shit, it's smarter to buy? I mean, would it be, what's the word? Kinder? Is it more advantageous to buy it from the actual publishers and their launchers 100% of the time? Because then 100% of the money's going to them unless it's only on Steam. That's what my brain would do. Good morning, V. How are you, love? Generally, yes. Okay, cool. That's basically, I was asking like generally, like outside of extraneous circumstances. Yeah, the launcher launching a launcher is ridiculous. Man. If we're going to list out ways to get me to not play your game, I press play in Steam, and then another pop-up goes up and says, oh, you have to log into Origin. Bitch, I got hundreds of games that don't make me log into anything else. I don't know my Origin login. Are you kidding? The fuck? Battle.net has a good launcher. ESO's launcher is really good. It's just, you get fucked because there's not, no one, like, Dream, you dealt with it. Like, nothing tells you, if you're new to ESO, like, if you buy it through Steam, it's going to launch a launcher. Like, you wouldn't even know that. So many people have bought that game twice. Like, all of the DLCs and everything twice because they had to get out of the Steam launching shit. It was constant. Good morning, David. How are you? It was something we were dealing with a lot. I remember talking about it constantly. Like I would just so seriously I still to this day do not buy ESO through Steam. Great game. Please buy it through the website. Get the fucking launcher. You have to download a Rockstar launcher. Really? Damn. Xbox on the Xbox app on PC sucks, but oh my god, yes. Yeah, all the Ubisoft and EA games, you have to play through Ubi or EA app. It's lame. And they're fucked. Dude, we just ran into that. Like I said, we're playing the Remedyverse. And Quantum Break is on the I don't know if it is anymore. It was on Xbox, what is it? Game Pass, which is great. I don't know what it is about Xbox. The sheer amount of games on Game Pass that are not supported anymore are stupid. Like, how far did we get in that game before finally Might literally went and bought it for me on Steam because we were all just like, I didn't know what to do. The graphic fuckery that was going on in that game, the entire game was like a goddamn flashbang in your eyes. Everything, anything that had light was just 20 times brighter than it should have been. And all of a sudden on Steam, none of those issues. I just don't understand. Like, Game Pass is such a good thing, but why? I was assuming Rockstar Games, but Rockstar Energy Drink app? What would that do? Send me Rockstar? You can add non-Steam games to Steam for this reason. Does it still launch the launcher, though? That's what I'm thinking. Like, every time I've ever got a non-Steam game on Steam, it launches a launcher within a launcher. Evil, you're very lucky. And there's a handful of people out there that it installed correctly. I don't know what it is. It did it right. But for some reason, it's just such a common occurrence that I just encourage people not to get ESO on Steam. Get ESO, great game. Just don't do it on Steam, because the likelihood of issues is pretty high. Let me know what you think, Dream. I'm excited. Adam Fall Day. What's that? Good morning, Nick. How are you? We need to cheers. I keep picking up my bong and then setting it down, and then picking it up and then setting it down. Last night, oh my god, Dream, can I tell Chad about your friend with the dirty bong? You're my second gross bong story, by the way. I have one worse than yours. It is. That was my thinking, like, it launches an energy. Oh, yeah. Like, monster! And just catch one? Oh, fuck yeah. You could use GOG Galaxy to launch a Ubisoft game you bought through Steam to have a couple 3-layer. Oh, yeah. Let's get layers of launchers going on. Oh, my God. You know, that'd actually be kind of fun. Like, I wonder if we could, if anyone's bored, see how deep of a launch you could get. Like, how many launchers could you get? Safi, my love! Safi, do you want to know what I realized yesterday? You are one of 2 medical professionals on this entire platform who I know personally. You and Neuro. That's it. Wild. How many people have asked you if you've watched The Pit? No shit. And I'm not mad about it. I'm excited. I want people to watch The Pit. If you haven't watched it, but oh god. Right? Girl, thank you. I want to embrace you so hard. Yes. Oh my god, yes. So good. But I swear, since it's starting to get traction, almost every day, someone is coming in and being like, Katie, have you seen The Pit yet? And I'm like, yes, oh my god, yes, please watch The Pit. Oh my god. But I was thinking about it, and I genuinely, you and Dr. Neuro, there's not, and then Viata actually gave me a list of 5 different doctors, medical professionals she follows here on Twitch, because now I want to find them. Like, I know there's more of us out there, but I want to find them. So bad. Oh, I love gross bong stories. In high school, we would go buy from this dude. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is very similar to the story I'm going to tell you. We would go buy from this dude who had a bong he didn't clean for 3 years. I'm really uncomfortable with that. One night, I bet my buddy he couldn't. Oh. Ah! Yours is worse. Yours is worse. Yours is worse. Yours is worse. Oh my god. No. I'm gonna vomit. Can you even fucking imagine what that tastes like? I mean, they were in high school. I dared people to do worse things at that age. I mean, you guys, I almost drank my bong water for charity on stream like it's 3 years ago. We're all idiots. We're all idiots. We just ew. Okay, so similar. I mean, no one drank this one. So these are two stories that I've recently been. Well, one of them's recent. Dreams bestie bong, but also this one. My girl Rock told me this story, and it's probably one of the most fucked up I've ever heard. Very similar to yours, but not the. I don't think anyone's drank out of it. I fucking hope not, because you would die. We have a saying in my channel, no shit. What do you do? Chat, quiz. What do you do if bong water spills on anything in your house? What do you do with that item? Used bong water, what do you do? You fucking burn it. You set it the fuck on fire. For anyone unaware of what bong water smells like, I worked in a hospital many years. Bong water is still one of the worst smells I've ever smelled in my entire life. It is something unusual, and I just don't know what happens with it. I cannot imagine. So, like, we were just talking about this casually last night in stream. Dream asked, like, how often do y'all change your bong water? And everybody pretty universally was like, every day we give it a good rinse, and like once or twice a week, depending on how dirty it is, we do a hardcore clean with like rubbing alcohol and salt or bong cleaner or something, right? So Dream is like, oh my God, my dudes, I have to tell you a story. My bestie has a bong that she hasn't changed the water in 3 months. And she leaves it by her bed and smokes before bed out of it. And like, that's story number one. I cannot fathom. And 3 months was a guess. Like, this person just doesn't clean their piece. So, like, after listening to this story from Dream, and Dream is just as appalled. Like, we don't judge. Like, to each their own. I would never kiss a person who's sucking off that. A big fucking yuck. But we all, like, during the break of movie night, every single stoner in chat was like, so we should all go clean our bongs right now, right? Yeah. So we all did hardcore cleans. So we all have, like, we're all sparkly today. If you were in movie night... Because, the idea. But the second, and it's pretty on par with yours with the drinking. This is, my friend Rock told me this story. She has a friend who takes pride in their beaker bong. They've got a nice beaker bong that's like that tall. They have never cleaned it. Never. It has a 1/2 centimeter thick layer of black resin coating every fucking inch of it. She thought it was a black silicone bong. That's what it looks like. And this person takes pride in this and likes to show it off and then smoke out of it in front of people. Can you imagine what that fucking smells like? Why pride? Why? Same. I'm prideful of this. I'm like, look what I did, guys. Look at it. Like, I'm sad that this is burned and that will never be cleaned. Like, yeah. Those kind of stoners give us all a really bad name. Like, what kind of pride? Exactly. No, I'm not even kidding you, Seth. When Dream was telling us about her friend last night in movie night, that was my first comment, was like, let's all talk about fungal pneumonia. Invite them to stream, and we'll talk about how fungal pneumonia is forever. What are you doing? I think there's a weird psychosis that happens when people think fire is... They're like, well, heat goes through it, and the hit is hot, therefore it's fine. I think that's what's got to be going on. I genuinely have no idea. Can you, I mean, I don't even want to talk. I don't want to extrapolate on it, but just like imagine what that would smell / taste like. I don't like looking at my bong after one day. At the end, like I showed a picture of it in movie night last night in the Discord. The water is like piss yellow. There's shit floating in it. It's disgusting. It looks like a 3-year-old backwashed into your soda. Why the fuck would I let that sit all night and smoke out of it again? Big yuck. I don't know how anyone does it. Yeah, that's giving showering's bad for you, so we only bathe once a month. No shit. That's giving... I don't have to wash my legs. The soap goes down my body in the shower. I don't wash my ass. You know, I end almost every single one of my streams that way. Saf, I gotta take a hit. I've done this so many times, I've picked it up. I end almost every single one of my streams with wash your fucking water bottle. Just unscrew the top and look at the lip of your water bottle. You see all that white buildup? That's dead skin and dead bacteria. Just waiting to become mold. Like, that's what that is. Please clean your fucking... But it's just water! Gravity work! Same, L. I have like rotations of... I have water bottles and then I have my like big thermos cups. I have a rotation of like 5 of them so I can just put them in the dishwasher and it's not like a big deal. The white stuff, how do you... So like on your faucet and on your shower, yes, that is lime. That builds up over time. The pH of your saliva does not allow lime to build up on a water bottle mouthpiece. So, like, this is disgusting. If you have never taken this off and done a nice vinegar soak on it, I cannot... It's inside this is the equivalent of you not brushing your teeth for a week. It's a perfect little oxygen-free environment that is warm and wet, where all of your mouth bacteria is going and harboring. Just that. We haven't even gone to the water bottle yet. I have a lot of information on microbiology. I could scare the fuck out of you. Wash your goddamn water bottle. Don't tell yourself it's lime. It's not. It is mouth bacteria, man. Biofilm. That's an even worse way of putting it, but you're not wrong. And biofilm is food for bacteria. And also, it is a foundation for spores and mildew to grow. I take this shit off every couple of days, give it a vinegar soak. Absolutely not. Disgusting. Yes, you can. Anytime there's a moist environment that is not being hygienically taken care of, like a moist, unclean CPAP, absolutely. That's why I tell people, like, that's why I don't fuck around when it comes to a dirty bong. That is, like... Literally, that water is my spit, my air, burned detritus, probably some raw weed in there as well, all just sitting in water in a nice oxygen-free environment. That is prime fungal area, right? That is fungus. That is where fungus wants to grow, right there. Like, you gotta prevent it. It's so gross, yeah. How to get super sick 101. I just use white vinegar. Vinegar is just a really good cleaning agent. You can use just soap and water. It's just really easy to throw this in a cup and squish it around with the vinegar and hot water. And then I put it through the dishwasher and clean it. But just a white vinegar. Yeah, vinegar is a really good cleaning agent, honestly. But you definitely want to do that. It's gross. The human mouth is by far in the top 10 dirtiest biomes in the world. Human mouths are fucking gross. If your mouth touches something, it needs to get cleaned regularly, period. Just period. No shit, sugar. That's the scary part. Like, there are different types of pneumonia. But there is a very specific pneumonia caused by a fungal spore that develops in your lungs, that gets into your lungs via a wet, dirty environment, probably, or from someone else, or a dirty bong, or something. And what happens is you get flare-ups your entire life of pneumonia, because it never goes away. I mean, I say it to be scary, because I just really deeply want you to clean your water bottle, but fungal pneumonia is truly forever. You don't shake that. We'd have to cut the chunk of your lung out, which very quickly is your entire lung. That is forever. It's very forever. You want to be very careful with that. We don't fuck around with that. Yeah, she uses a CPAP and not the cleanest person. And that, I don't know how you... Again, it's similar to the bong. There's a lot of people in here who have CPAPs. Like, I can't imagine the dead air smell that would be in there if you didn't clean that thing regularly. But I mean, hygiene's important, man. We're dirty. We are dirty nasties. Yeah, your lung is not meant to be lobeless. I had to explain that to Zeke recently. I got a new stethoscope, and I was listening to his chest sounds, And he noticed I didn't go as high on the right side or on the left side. And he was like, you didn't listen to this one. I'm like, babe, that's your heart. Your lungs are not symmetrical. It's really interesting, actually, because they have to have room for your heart. CPAPs use alcohol wipes usually, or some sort of wipe on the face mask, and then people with CPAPs usually use some sort of a vinegar water rinse through the tubing and everything, and then using distilled water absolutely helps, because like a CPAP 100% can get calcium buildup. That's really bad. Like I'm sure you've seen that buildup like on your shower or on your kitchen faucet. After a while, like that white crunchy shit, that is calcium in the water, and that can build up if you don't use distilled water, which is why CPAPs you need to use distilled water. It is required, otherwise the shit don't work. What are we grinding up today? Appalachia White. Only distilled water you will. I mean, and no shit, this isn't just a hygiene thing. If you get a calcium buildup in your CPAP to the point where it doesn't work anymore and it's broken, the vast majority of insurance companies in the United States of America only cover one CPAP every like 30 years and or your entire life. So don't fuck up your CPAP. Shit's really expensive. Holy crap. Holy crap. That, and I mean, we were just talking about this yesterday. Exactly, Viata, you read my mind. So few clients of mine have the privilege of reading my mind. Sorry, Beetlejuice quote. Anyways, literally what I was just going to say, we were just talking about this yesterday when it comes to neti pots. If you've heard of neti pots, like those, it's either like a little plastic teapot where you pour through your nose with saline water, or it squishes up in your nose. Similar to the CPAP, you never, ever want to use anything but boiled and cooled down water and or distilled water, because there are parasites in our drinking water. That is facts. There's shit in our drinking water that our stomach acid can deal with no problem. Your lungs are not equipped. So the moment you squish some fucking sink water into your nose and or lungs, you could be in deep trouble. Only distilled water, period. Only distilled water, period. Don't fuck around with that shit. But use neti pots, they're great, if you can. I'm loading a bowl. Viata, you know what's crazy? That's not the only instance of that I've heard. I've heard that instance happening a few times. Also, why you use distilled water in steamers and irons while sewing? Yeah. I learned that one the hard way, El. The massive hard way. Like, no shit, not a chunk, but I'm sitting there pressing the steam button, you know, nothing's coming out, and I'm hearing it like on the inside, and I'm like, it's gonna explode or it's gonna work. And a shard of something shot out. It was calcium. I was like, oh, it's clogged, it's gonna blow up. Like, I was literally just sitting there going and making it boil the water, and nothing was coming out. I'm glad irons are cheaper these days. That's all I have to say. Saline's amazing. I use saline spray in my nose all the time. It's great for cleaning out your nose. And it's also safe, which is great. Vex, all a neti pot's doing is flushing hot saline water up into your sinuses. If you don't want to try the neti pot, if you don't want to invest in that right away, you can try the, they literally all over the, like, go to a drugstore, they sell canned saline now, like aerosolized canned saline specifically for your nose. I have 2 bottles of it. It's great. Like, if I'm just dummy congested, I just up there, open. Suddenly I can breathe. It's pretty magical. In the hospital, we have little pink, I don't even know what the actual name is. We call them fishes. But it's like the little pink plastic capsules that you like twist the top off of. And they're saline. I used to have pockets of those, and I just fucking like a drug, like snort them. Because the dry air at the hospital would make my sinuses hurt so bad. There's not different types. I mean, So if you get like the saline spray, it's basically there's for sensitive. So like if you have a really dry nose and you're really prone to bloody noses, you want to get the sensitive one. Get the regular one if you're normal, and if you are dummy congested, get the extra strength one. All it is higher percent of saline. So if you're prone to nosebleeds and you've got an insanely dry inner nasal cavity right now, you want to go for the lower strength because you don't want that salt to extra dry you out. But that's about it. I'm trying to think of what the brand is. I could literally just go to my bathroom. It's not Johnson & Johnson. You'll see it. It's the only one. It's amazing, though. I love them. It's like a plastic ampule. Yeah. Is it an ampule? Is that the name? We just call them fishes. Saline fishes, and they were pink, and they'd come like in a sheet, and you'd click one off, twist the top off, snort that shit up. Morton! Thank you. Is it Morton or Vicks? I don't think it's Vicks. I think Morton sounds... Morton Salt? But M. I don't know. I should just go grab it. If it was Morton, that'd be pretty great, though. What if there was kosher nasal spray? I hope it... Oh, man. Does saline count? Okay. Oh my god, are they circling? Yeah, I'm gonna go grab it, because it's literally, it's saline designed for your nose, and I don't want you using eye saline in your nose. Guess who was wrong? Me. It was Vicks. I am Gur, you were absolutely correct. It was Vicks. It's just the only one, so I've never, like, looked for brands of them. But it's Vicks. It's this shit. Sinex. That I get extra strength because I have really clogged up sinuses this time of year. But this shit, it's great. And you just snort that shit up there, plug your nose, hold it for a minute, and then blow the fuck out of your face. This stuff is magic. It really does. There's no drug, no steroid, no nothing. It's just saline. It's not gonna, like, cure you of an infection or something, but it will clear out, allergies, whatever. I use it after I work in the yard to get all the dust out of my nose, because even with a mask, I get dust in my nose. Katie, wrong my immersion. I'm wrong all the time, and I will always admit to it. I never want to give you guys false information ever in a million years. It is Vicks, but the shit's great. I have one in my shower. Use it in the shower. It's good to get the shit out of your nose, and it feels nice to breathe. It is. It's basically helping open up your sinus passage so that you can expectorate all the mucus that is from the allergy or the infection or something like that. Because when your sinuses are irritated and swollen, that's what's blocking your nasal passage, is your sinuses swelling into the airway. So if you can decrease that swelling, suddenly they can start draining and get that infection out or whatever. Absolutely. We use saline constantly in the hospital. Like, for instance, if you're intubated, like we have the breathing tube down there, and then in the breathing tube is a separate tube. I've talked about this before, but you guys know we have like the thing at the dentist that they're like, close your mouth, and it sucks all the spit out of your mouth. We have one very similar that we use in the back of your throat while you're intubated, but we also have one that literally goes down the intubation tube into your lungs to help suck stuff up. And when people have a terrible infection going on, that's what those saline fishes I was just talking about are for. Is we squeeze them into the air tube and then suck them out as fast as possible. And that saline helps loosen up secretions in the lungs to help get it out faster. That's literally what it's used for in the hospital. We use it constantly. Saline is a great break down mucus, get that fucking shit out of you as fast as possible. Sounds like it'd be great. Yeah, 100%. Do you still do bank shifts in the hospital? Yeah. PRN every once in a while. I got to keep my license. I mean, Saf, like, every once in a while, Zach will ask me, like, why the fuck do you do this to yourself? Why do you still maintain this license? Why do you still keep doing this? Like, you have a career on Twitch. You're doing great. Like, I don't understand. Why don't you just let it go? And I'm like, I can't. It's so hard to explain to someone who hasn't been through some sort of program like medical training the amount of your soul you dedicate and leave there, you will pull my medical license from my dead, crusty fucking hands. I will never let that go. Period. For one, great backup plan. You never fucking know what's going to happen in the world. But for two, I busted my ass and paid about $134,000 for 9 years for that fucking degree. I'm keeping it. Oh my God. I know there are people who just let it lapse and let their license lapse. I can't even. I would die. I literally cried. Like, the amount of actual tears that went into passing my board certifications and shit like that, absolutely not. No, it's so, exactly, Safi, it's so fucking hard to get there. It's like surmounting Everest and then someone's like, just jump off. Fuck it. What? And that's the thing. Like, anybody that's in medicine, you know this, but if you're not in medicine, what we do basically is we graduate school. But graduating with a degree does not mean you can practice medicine. Now you have to go pay to pass some board certified tests, examinations that prove to these people that maintain our license, our board certified license. It proves to the board, I did retain information from school. I'm not an idiot, blah, 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 blah. If you, like you guys know, I talked about my CREs, the continuing education we have to constantly do to maintain our license. If I let that lapse, it's not like I just go pay a fee to get my license back. I have to go back and take all of those board certifications again. Like, I'd borderline have to go back to school if I let my license lapse. No. Never. I'd rather die. I hate school. Absolutely not. Bullets, that's another name for the little fishes. I think we started calling them fishes because people got nervous about us calling them bullets in the hospital, but that's another name for them, absolutely. Sinix is a bit more than just saline. If it's the same as it is here, it has like menthol and a few. Well, it's Vicks. So I would assume they probably have Vicks in it. Do you have your ingredients? Bag in can technology. It says that. Made in Sweden. Ingredients: purified water, sodium, chloride. It's literally the only ingredients. So if you're allergic to the other stuff, you might want to look for this one, but I don't know. That's purified water, sodium, chloride is the only ingredients on the ingredients. And I think they'd have to label it if it had menthol in it, but I don't know. It is Vicks, so I wouldn't be surprised. I blew my back out and can't really do the job anymore, but I still keep that up. I know a lot of people that have done that. Because hurts, what do they say? What do you call a nurse with a back problem? Unemployed. We laugh because it's terrible. I'm so close to finally finishing my CEUs. Fuck yes. I was going to ask, but I every day I think of you, Mike. I just don't want to put the pressure on you. Like, if you're anything like me, every time someone asks, I'm like, how could you ask? I was literally just going to sit down to a nice cup of tea, and now I have to go do more CREs because you asked. Like, I can't. That's how I function, but I'm glad you're getting close. And then yeah. Isn't that great? So Mike says, I'm so close to finally finishing CEUs, and then I have to pay $220 on top of that. Yay. But do they at least send you a fun little pin after you shell out all your money? I finished my CREs, and then I had to pay $380, and they sent me this. I didn't even get a new license, like a new card. You don't even get a pin? What the fuck? I'm kidding, by the way. This is hilarious to me. This is my $360 pin I get every 5 years. It's fucking funny. Good morning, Tazi. How are you? Curiosity question. If you move states, do you have to go through the new state's medical board certification, or are you good to go? Really good question. So there's multiple boards, which is always really fun. So there is like the physician's board, which is the major board of each state. Each state has a physician's board. Each state has different licensing requirements. So essentially what happens is when you graduate school and you go through those board certified tests I was talking about to pass to get your license, those are a national level of board certification. You have to like go to an H&R block and take them in a very closed, tiny little room with, I'm not kidding you, 6 cameras in a weird circle around your head, and you can't even sneeze. They'll think you're cheating. It is crazy. And you sit there for, I had to take 2 tests. I think respiratory therapists only have to take 1 now. Or no, I took 3, and I think they only have to take 2. But each test is 4 to 6 hours of clicking through medical like situations on a computer. Once you do all that, you have a board certified license. Then what you have to do is essentially decide where you're going to work. And for the life of me, can't figure out why. You just have to pay them to work there. Like, you don't have to take any more tests. It's the one you take. The big one is national, so that's for the whole country. But when I moved to Maryland, I had to pay $300 to work there. When I moved to Colorado, I had to pay $300 to work here. When I lived in Washington, I had to pay $300 to work there. That's all it, you literally just like send money to an organization, whatever that state's like in Maryland, it's the Maryland Board of Respiratory Therapy. In Washington, it's the Washington State, whatever it is, you just send them this check and you're like, here's my license number. And they're like, yeah, we looked it up, which anyone can do. You can go look up my license number right now. Anyone can do. Yeah, you can work here. I have to pay to work in different states. It's very interesting, but that's about it. And then you have to, so every 5 years, I have to do the national boards, tests, recertifications, CREs. Every 2.5 years, I have to repay that $300 for each state I want to work in. So if I want to maintain my license in Maryland, I have to keep paying that forever. And that one can lapse, and that's okay though. Like, I can let go of that. I don't have a license to work in Maryland right now, but I could do it in 2 seconds. That one's fine because there's not like it's just paying. I don't know. I have very cynical ideas on it, but like the fact that they're just leeching all of the money I make, which is none. But I don't know. I'm not a hundo on that one. Oh, no one helps you. I mean, dude, Hertz, when I worked at Johns Hopkins, they refused to pay for my recertification of life-saving. Like, PALS, BLS, none of it. I had to do it off work on my own time, and I had to pay for it out of my pocket, which it was another $300. I swear to God, everything's like $300. It was like a $360 class. They refused to pay for it, but you have to have it. Like, you can't work with, which makes sense. That's my job, is life-saving. You can't work without it, but they won't. It's crazy. Working in medicine sucks. I wouldn't do it unless you have to. It's a lot of fuckery in there. A lot of fuckery. Capitalism is, and the fact that it got into medicine is so fucked. This album, shut up. No. Oh, I saw this album live in Seattle at the Soto with Gojira and All That Remains. So I'm just gonna get super high and forget that. Oh, hat tax. I'm sorry, Honeybean. But if you can afford it, it's good to take time for yourself. Wow. How old is that Gojira album? Hold on. I'm just going to hurt myself real quick. Don't worry about it. It's 20 years old. Is this what it's just like until we die? I don't think Rod has a physically violent bone in his body, to be honest. I don't think he could do it. Yeah. It's so crazy. I could paint. It's so weird. I remember the concert I discovered Gojira at, which was the concert where I was just talking about. so viscerally. I remember the girl that was standing in front of me. She had long bleach blonde hair that was like white blonde, and she wouldn't stop headbanging in this really weird sexual way and kept flipping her hair in my eyes. But I was so enamored with Gojira, I didn't care. I could paint that woman in front of me. That's how, like, 20 years ago? I don't wanna anymore. I think we should quit. There's also the point where you're on an elevator and you start bopping along the music and realize it came out during your high school years. Oh, dude, I feel like it's I don't know how this ends up in my algorithm, but like on Instagram and whatever, I get these posts that are women my age, but they have 20-year-old children now and shit, because people who have kids tend to have 20-year-old children by the time they're my age, which is really fucking weird. But they've got like older kids now that are in their teen years, and they make TikTok/Instagram videos about like their kids giving them looks while they're getting down to music on the oldies station. But it's like Boots with the Fur. That's on the oldies station. Like that shit. So it'll be some hot bitch like fucking dancing to it, and then her teen staring at her from the kitchen like, oh my god, I cannot believe you listen to these oldies. Like, Candy Shop. Candy Shop? The candy shop. Oh, you like my lollipop. Like, that is the... Okay. Sure. All right. Yep. That's it now. Kissed by a motherfucking Rose? That is, like, beyond. That's ancient now. Like, that is, like, oh, Nana listens to Seal. What? My senior prom was themed Kissed by a Rose by Seal. Ah! Ah! You want to know who did the prom? Me. Ah! Help! 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 See, Viana, those are the moments that have been hitting me lately, because it's like, I feel like there's a certain amount of your youth up until you're like 30-ish, where a lot of those formative years you can't remember because you're too young to remember them. Whereas now I'm old enough where I just remember so much of being a conscious human, it's almost overwhelming. Does that make sense? Whereas like when you're like a teen, you can't even fathom 10 years ago because you can't really remember being that old. But as you get older, it's like I've just lived so much more of my life as a conscious adult that I can fucking remember. It's like a little, it gets like overwhelming a little. Yeah, cool. I'm not the only one. It's hard to, I hope I put that into words well, that is easy to understand. It's hard to verbalize that. But I think about that a lot. Like just on my own. That's just something that like crosses my mind every once in a while. I was like, I can consciously remember 25 years ago, like pretty well. I was like a functioning human. And that's weird. It's exponential growth. It is. It is. And it just keeps going faster and faster and faster. Just like mom said. Good morning, Jess for Love. I hope you're doing well. A lot of people around here graduated from high school and were basically guilt-tripped into having kids and working on the family farm by age 25. Same. That's most of my town. I think in my graduating class, which granted very, 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 very small, like 32 kids-ish, 3 of us moved away. And by that, I mean one of us moved to Spokane. One of us I moved to the West Coast and then moved way the fuck away. And then 2 of us moved to Spokane, which is 2 hours from my hometown. Like, that was it. And then the rest of them, like, there are a lot of people who left town, but it's their, what is it? They go up to Alaska and do oil? Is it oil? I don't think it's coal. They either do coal or oil. Like, every male in my graduating class either died or does coal or oil. Or lumber. And that's it. It's real weird. Every once in a while I get curious and I'll go on Facebook and look them up. I'm like, wow, you look exactly the same and have done, you're in Kettle Falls. You're still in Kettle Falls. Crazy. Crazy. I cannot, the older I get, the less I seem to remember. Really? Oh man. I mean, well, that's probably true to a certain extent. I don't know. It's probably both. Because you gotta dump. I mean, you can't hold everything. Apparently your brain makes time go slower when you experience new things. If you want to live longer, do something new every day. Oh, I love that. That kind of makes sense because if you think about it, when you're in a state of flow, like doing something you're good at, like painting or whatever, or coding, gaming, time is gone. I swear. Like when we talk in the morning, I mean, fuck, an hour is gone because we do this every day. We're used to this, but we love it and we chat and I love hanging out with you guys. And then we jump into a game and all of a sudden it's 3 p.m. and I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, have I even been here at all? Oh yeah, I've been here about 6 hours. What the fuck is going on? Time just flies when you do stuff you're like used to. But I think sometimes like doing that new thing is kind of a state of anxiety that like puts you there where time slows down because you're in a state of anxiety. I don't know. When I was in school, I took a cognitive psychology class and my teacher told us that like she actually enforced this. We had to sit in a different seat every single day. Every day of class, you had to sit somewhere new, and if she could tell you were similar seated, she'd call you out and move you because she claimed you could not learn if you were comfortable. Like, you never learn as well comfortable, whereas when you're uncomfortable, i.e. new environment, new view, new sound stage, because you're at a different point in the room, you're learning more because you're more attentive, because things are more interesting, because it's new. I think about these things all the time. That was a really long time ago. Psychology classes kind of fucked me up. They work on the pipeline oil. There you go. I know they go up to Alaska. Like, they do the Alaska thing. Go up there all... And then some of them go... somewhere in the Midwest, north. Is there, like, coal or oil in the mid-north? I want to say some of them do some coal shit, but I don't know. I haven't talked to anyone from high school since high school. I have no idea. But I see them every once in a while. I was watching a documentary recently and I was talking about how time is speeding up. Like, actually? Or like... Last time I bought a house, you know what my ML said, now you have to fill it with babies. No, I don't. Yeah, oh my god, oh my god. Better. Whose babies? Where do I find them, mother? Do you know the nearest daycare? No, that's pretty good. Whose babies? Can they be dolls? Do they have to be living ones? Like, that's fucking great. I'm gonna use that. Mine is because, my mom's pretty much given up at this point on me having kids. I don't know about my sister. She might still have hope there. But she knows I'm not having kids at any point in my life. And, like, before she gave up, I started having to say things like, it's really weird how often you ask me about Zeke cream pieing me. Successfully. Like, do you want to know the depth of ejaculation? I don't know what to do for you. No, I'm not having babies. Stop it. Like, asking if you're having babies is basically like, how's your sex life? How often is it? Is it annoying yet? What the fuck? And then drool on yourself. Yeah, stop forcing your breeding kink on me. Not into it. Thank you, though. I have dogs, and I love them. That reminds me, did you or anyone you know have to take care of a fake baby in high school? It was like for health class or something? No. And I even took home ec. By the time I was in home ec, I mean, how do I put this? Personal theory as to why that didn't exist in my school. Half of my graduating class had kids. Like, it was too late. The pregnancy rate in my hometown, again, very small, very rural, for girls under the age of 17 when I was in middle school was 80%. And the nearest Planned Parenthood was Spokane, which was a 2-hour drive away. So, and home ec wasn't offered till you were a junior in high school, and most bitches that got knocked up by 8th, 9th grade. It was pretty wild. So, like, too late. Like, literally, I'm not kidding, the alternative school was just down the road, and all the girls would wheel their babies to the high school for lunch every day. So like my cafeteria was like the goths, the jocks, the theater kids, babies. It was too late. I don't know. I don't think they really saw a point in it. We didn't even have an egg. We didn't get an egg either. I had a home ec class, but it was basically just cooking. My mom's way of telling me she wanted grandbabies. Did you have any good sex this week? Or you're a bit cranky, you need to get laid. My mom used to make comments like, if I complained about having cramps, well, you know what gets rid of your period for a good portion of the year? Yeah, that's why you should have babies. Ah! Oh my God. Had to draw faces on them? What? You actually saw the baby carried around for 3 months, White Buffalo? What the fuck? 3 months seems excessive. Some people do have babies in less than 2 hours, hence car babies. I always saw other kids have them. I knew to avoid home. It's home ec, yeah. I saw a Reddit post that Planned Parenthood should be allowed in schools to teach about sex ed instead of the school doing it. I couldn't agree more. I've told you guys the one sexual education class I ever had in my life was in 8th grade, and it was the school nurse, and they split the boys up into one group and the girls up into another, so we did not have sex ed together. And I'm not kidding you, when our sexual ed class was watching the 90s version of The Miracle of Life, and then the teacher told us, if you pierce yourself, you'll probably get HIV and AIDS, which, I'm not kidding you, literally maybe a week or two previous, I had just pierced my own nose with a safety pin, the same nose piercing you see today. So everyone in the class was like, Katie has AIDS. And then she did and said this. And you don't want to have anal gay sex because the pressure will cause tearing and you'll get HIV and AIDS. How's it? How's it? That was it. That was it. And they wonder why my town had a pregnancy rate over 80%. Because they talked us out of butt sex. Like the only sex you can have and not have a baby. What the fuck? I think it's their personal plan to like up the population. Because I'm not kidding you. In 20 years, shit hasn't moved. Population of my hometown, which encompasses 3 enormous counties in eastern Washington, is literally 1,500 people. They die as they're born. It's crazy. I saw, wait. I was either Robo Baby or egg or flour. I've seen a bag of flour, but not in my school. I have sons. My hubs has a son. We decided we didn't need more, and that's appropriate. I graduated high school with 96 kids. I don't think anyone had kids in high school, but we did have a few bicycles. Like town bicycles. Is it menopause? I mean, dream. There's something to be said about that age. Oh yeah, there's something to be said about it 100% because there's so many people who have such similar stories with their moms that I'm like, were they friends? If kids can be conceived in under 2 hours, why should birth take so long? Wait. It takes you 2 hours to come? What's happening? I'm sorry to say come out loud this early in the morning, but what? Oh, it's terrible. This sounds exactly like mine, really. In The Miracle of Life, the one that showed the woman giving birth, absolutely. There's 2 versions of it. One's from the 80s and one's from like the 90s-ish. There's 2 miracles of life. I have had to see both. One when I was 5, the original. It's probably a reason I don't have kids and won't have kids because, wow, watching a baby crown out of a big hairy 80s pussy when you're like 5 alone is a lot. It was like, imagine like the little poltergeist kid in front of the TV, but just like the baby head and the hairy vagina and me just like, is that poop? It was alarming. It was a lot. See, I don't know, Crispy, if I would have, like, if that class was presented to me today, I'd be like, can you explain the difference between anal sex and gay anal sex? Is not butt sex just butt sex? Like, all butts, and I'm here as a medical professional to tell you, all butts are, in general, the same. Your chromosomes don't dictate, dick, decapitate your anus. Be gentle, but like butt sex is butt sex, my dudes. Like, fuck, what? What is gay butt sex? What is that even? What are you trying to imply here? I don't understand. We are sacks on sacks on sacks. Butts. They're just butts. See, I didn't go to a religious school, but I was in such a small school in such a small town that it had very large overhanging religious overtones. And I think a lot of it was like if they gave us real sex ed at school, then the parents would have come down on the school and the school didn't want that. That's looking back on it, that's what I assume. Some shit I haven't thought about in a long time is becoming very clear to me right now. Oh God. Is it bad or good? Who the fuck thought of calling someone a bicycle was a good idea? Where did that even fucking come from? What town had a bicycle they shared? Where does that even mean? You don't ride a bike, you pedal it. You like, I don't know. A lot of questions. I'm saying 2 hours? Like, my God. I'm a woman, I get off faster than that. Holy shit, Erican. Hydrate, my dude. Hydrate. 2 hours from rock dog to birth is some accelerated development. I cannot believe that it would be impossible to get out of Algebra 201 if you needed to go to a clinic. Did I say babies were born in 2 hours? I apologize if I misspoke. I'm just fucking with you, Erican. They did. They split us up, so it was only girls in my sex ed class. They did not let the boys and girls have sex ed together, because God forbid. Even though half of them literally were fucking already. No, they split us up and then called it gay butt sex, 100%. But like I said, like I think there were some major religious overtones that just weren't outwardly expressed. Do you know what I'm saying? Good morning, Mags. How are you, love? Okay, lies now. Streamers trying to tell us we have an anus. I'm out. And that's how you can tell who's a bot. You know who doesn't have an anus? Bots. Now who wants to admit to having a butthole, huh? Sometimes you join a stream at the oddest times. How are you, Mag? The gay anus is more malleable. A little pinker, a little sweeter. It's got this nice nutty aftertaste, if you will. Can you imagine? The world is so weird about it. It's butts, man. We poop from there. Sometimes we fuck there. Like, it's a butt. It's a butt. We're just food tubes with lots of accessories and delusions of grandeur. Hard, yeah. Food tubes, sacks on sacks on sacks. That's it. Really, we are. What is, Glut says it all the time. Plants with too many emotions or something. What is it? I'm like a plant with, oh God, what is it? He's gonna type it. I can't remember. It's something about, like, we're basically just plants. Cucumbers with anxiety. There you go. That's what we are. Yeah, we're cucumbers with anxiety. That's basically the human condition in itself, 100%. My camera is being so sagalicious. What are you caught on? I watch it drift all day and it drives me crazy. Don't drift. Bitch. Good morning, Ike, my love. I hope you're doing well. Checks metal body for anus. Looks confused. But how does one poop? It's tenderized. Bless. Oh my God. I know what you meant, Erican. And what's crazy is labor is so different for everybody. Like, some people have labor, you know, literally they give birth to their baby in their car because labor is so fast. And then some people are my poor mother, who was in active labor for 72 hours. With me. Like 72 hours of pure, unadulterated cramps and horror for this? I'd be pissed. I love you, Safi. You couldn't have boys and girls together. Our school nurse told us about periods and how we needed to take at least 2 showers a day during your period. Where did the school nurse tell you were bleeding from? What the fuck? Wait. What's that? What's that? Why? Wait. Help. Help! Why do I have to abrase my skin with hot water and soap twice a day just because my pussy's bleeding? Right? Is it stigmata? Like, where are we? Right? Did the nurse encourage free bleeding? Did she follow up the 2 showers with make sure to scrub it off your kneecaps? I don't. I know. All right, kids, next hour's shower time for these filthy menstruating women. Get into the water, you heathenous witches. What? I don't know what to do. I don't know what. No shit, period in their school was synonymous with self-flagellations. That's what it sounds like. Like, oh, you're horny? Just whip yourself 50 times in the nude. You'll feel better about it. Oh my lord. Oh, the closest Planned Parenthood was 2 hours away. That's what I said. Yes. 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 That is. No, they couldn't afford the drive. That's how poor my town was. It was crazy. When I moved there, David, it was fucking wild. When I moved there in 8th grade, I remember, like, there's no industry. Like, you either work at the mill or you travel for work, like, working literally states away, like, doing oil work or something like that. To the point where, like, none of my friends, not one person I befriended in 8th grade, had ever been to Spokane before. And Spokane was literally the nearest Planned Parenthood, hospital, mall, movie theater, anything. Like, my town was a gas station and a stoplight, and it only had a stoplight because a train went through my town. So, like, legally, you have to have a stoplight. That's it. It's crazy. Like, they couldn't afford the gas to get there. So instead, they are bound to having a child. It is fucking wild. Like, it was like a joke in my hometown. Like, there are 3 things to do in Kettle Falls: fuck, drugs, or die. I made it out alive. I did a lot of drugs. But I made it out. No pregnancy either. Thank fuck. My uterus heard you all. Well, that makes the grams make sense. I know. Is it crazy that, and that's what I was saying earlier, Zendivia, like, in my graduating class, only 3 people left Kettle Falls. 2 of them, their big move was to Spokane. Like, that's the big move, is to just, because that's it. Like, that is massive civilization to people in Eastern Washington, because we have nothing. Like, nothing. We have nothing. Like, the nearest McDonald's was 45 minutes from my house. It's rural as fuck out there. And that's their big move. And their big job is to go from working at McDonald's to, like, working at, like, Spencer's in the mall. That's a huge pay increase. It's incredible. Like, in Kettle Falls, you could probably still find an apartment for $400 a month. That's how cheap it is. It is wild. But there's nowhere to work. Like, you'll have to, like, my parents, no shit, commuted 2 hours to work and back every day because there's nowhere to work. There's no hospital, for fuck's sake. I still don't know why the fuck my mom moved us out there, considering her job was a hospital. How did fucking the drugs for you? That always scared me a little. It was all right. Lube helps. Lube and a can-do attitude. You know what I'm saying? Fox, thank you. I'm testing a new one today because all of the lipsticks I've been testing, because, you know, that's my new thing, because I recently discovered Hitler hated makeup and hated red lipstick a lot, and therefore tried to, like, make laws against it. So I'm just going to adopt it because fuck Hitler and fuck Nazis. But I'm testing these lipsticks. I cannot find a talc proof. So far, this is pretty great. It's not on my teeth. I do have a butthole, though. But it's pretty good. I can't find a talc proof. Like, there's a million lipsticks out there that say they're, like, drinking proof and eating proof and dick sucking proof. Like, great. But if you talk a ton throughout the day, the wax in the lipstick starts to build up, like, in that inner lip, you know, like that line right there. And I can feel it while I'm talking to you guys. And it's disgusting. It's like having a sweater pill on your lips. Ugh. So far, we're good, though. My only complaint is it's very dry. Very dry. Hot showers help reduce female hysteria. I mean, oh my God, what was the thing? Oh, what was it? Wait, oh, David, you reminded me. Hold on. Was it in the game? Oh, where did we read this recently where it was like someone was describing another person like in the 20s or something when language like this was used, but it was hysteria and then like false female something something. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Fox? Oh my God. It was this other thing that I'd never heard before, but it was hilarious. It was similar to the lines. It was about Alan Wake's wife. You're right. Oh my God. Then it wasn't the 20s or whatever, but they used this language. Oh my fucking God. What did they call it? He called her hysterical and then said, like, fucking, oh my God. False female something somethings. It was just, it sounded like something out of the 1910s or something like a Victorian diagnosis of hysteria. Oh, people had some wild ideas. Like blaming, I mean, you guys know, like hist, the whole like, it literally HYST, like the root is the word, the Latin word for a uterus. So to call someone hysterical is to call them uterusal. Like you're literally just saying like, you're acting like a woman. It's fucked up. All that antiquated language is super fucked up, but I cannot remember the other one we learned and it was hilarious. Like it was really bad. I've thought about adding a gloss on this. I'll probably do that tomorrow. This is test one. Test one layer, and we'll see how long I can go before. I mean, I have no buildup. There's none of those little balls yet. That being said, I'm really sad because I think Beauty Bakery went out of business. So like, I'm just testing it to see if this one will work for the rest of its life, and then I'll never be able to buy it again, which is really depressing. I think the color's called cranberry something, if anybody cares. LA Noir is so good. It's so good. And I love when Zeke puts on his hat and his suit and shit and looks so fancy. Like he comes out for breaks with us and the dogs and like loosens his tie and unbuttons his jacket and he's standing out there. He looks like such a badass. It's hilarious. We're such casual people. It's really weird to see like a suit and tie in the house. Have fun walking the pub. I remember which one it was because I clipped it once. Like, oh my God, if you find it, let me know. Because it was, oh, I wish I could. It's right there. It's on the tip of my ass. False. No, I don't even know if it was false. It was something female, something, something. But it was one of those like crazy ass diagnoses where they'd probably diagnose a woman with it to like prescribe masturbation or something. Oh no, oh my God, Erican. If you're asking them, literally say talk proof. Because this is the big problem. I found a million lipsticks out there that are drinking proof, food proof, whatever proof. But it's usually things that are not, that are like, you know, I have a drink and then for a couple hours I'm going to be fine. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm literally talking constantly. And I think it's my breath, me smoking pot. Like all of these things are probably causing the breakdown. And that's what drives me crazy. But if they have any ideas, you fucking share them. The wax. I mean, it's almost, I mean, in order to have a long-lasting lipstick, it has to be waxy, because water-based would just, like, wash off with your spit. So I get it, but I don't know how the fuck to, but I don't have any yet, so. Any on my teeth? We're good. It was on my teeth. It isn't anymore. I appreciate you. I've been getting so many rando texts from numbers not in my phone. Like, my dog's feeling a bit lonely. Could you keep it company for a bit? I've been getting a lot of weird texts as well. I think it's a new phishing thing they're doing because nobody's answering their phone anymore. Where I'll get a text from a random number that just says hi or lol, forgot to respond, or something random like that. Like something that is absolutely like you would want to respond like, what are you talking about? But I think it's the new call spam. It's now text shit, I think. I haven't been getting spam calls for a bit. Really? Urban Decay Bullet. I love Urban Decay. They have some good shit. I got it. I love Urban Decay. They have some of my favorite eyeshadows I've ever used. Cheers. Yeah, don't respond to those texts. I forgot to say that. I've been getting those weird texts. I think you're just supposed to literally delete, ignore. Because once you respond, something happens and they can like fish your information out of your phone. Not that I'm saying you would respond, Hurts. I know you're smart in that. But like anybody that gets weird texts like that, if you get a text from a random number you don't recognize that's like something out of the blue, just don't. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah. Oh, you can report the number. Interesting. That's good to know. No shit, Android spam detection is pretty good. I think that's why I don't get the robocalls anymore, because it finally figured it out. I keep getting texts that start with, "You have been removed from this group message." And then I haven't got one like that. God, they're getting creative. There have been some that have gotten really specific, though. Really? Like, what do you mean? Like, specific details about you? That scam is called pig butchering. They try to befriend you, then ask for money later. Like a random person just texting, really? Wow. That's, wow. My phone, I have a Verizon, I mean, not Verizon, I have Google Fi, but I have a Samsung phone, and it's got the block detection and shit on it. So, like, after a certain amount of time, my phone stopped ringing to all those random ass, leave 2-second silent voicemails because they're calling me about my extended warranty on my car, or what was it? My student loans that don't exist anymore. It was always one or the other. Oh, this is it. Fox found it. Okay, so it was in the Victorian manor. Background.
Redacted.
She was admitted to a mental ward for quote-unquote emotional instability soon after relocating to Illinois with her family in 1914. The item only appears on record in 2006 when the Bureau investigated a sudden rise in disappearances in
Redacted.
Illinois. Agents found the item hanging in a local library. They contained it quickly, though the missing people of the town were never recovered. Supplementary details. Date August 18th, 1915. We certify that the case of Mrs.
Redacted
has shown her to be a lunatic. Oh, so the supplementary material was from 1915. I knew it was because it's antiquated fucking language. Date August 18th, 1915. We certify that the case of Mrs.
Redacted
has shown her to be a lunatic under the reasons of hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble. Imaginary female trouble. That's my new favorite. Imaginary female trouble. They still tell us our cramps are imaginary. It does sound legit. Like, that's still, they just word it differently these days. So, hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble. Her fixation with the family looking glass is noteworthy, though not an uncommon matter when considering the female disposition. Mrs. Carver is a fit subject for the lunatic asylum and will remain in its confines until her affliction has passed. Signed, Dr.
Redacted.
Right? I can't get that out of my head. Bad company till the day I die. But what is bad company? Can't wait to use that and get my ass beat. Fucking A. Fucking A, dude. I'm gonna if I think about the most dangerous people I could text that to who aren't here right now, my sister. The next time she complains about literally anything, Sarah, you need to stop hyperfixating on your imaginary female troubles. I think she'd fly to Colorado just to slap me across the mouth. The doctor's redacted so that I don't go find them. That's why I said the scariest people in the world I could say this to who aren't here. Because, like, imagine if Yana was like, "Hey guys, I had a rough day." Da, 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 da. And we were like, "Your imaginary female troubles are really boring us." Again, fly to my house. You'd hear a knock, quick slap across the face, a giggle, and that'd be it. It just, scary people you should not say those things to. If you do that, we're going to need to be on stream. Oh, she does come into stream every couple of days. I should do it. See what she says. My sister can be scary, but she's amazing. Quit it with your imaginary female troubles. Just nobody's interested. My GF would kill me in my sleep, right? If I had cramps or felt shitty on my period and Zeke was like, "You and your imaginary female troubles," I'd punch his dick because I know it will recover in about 3 to 5 days. She is a lawyer. She's a fucking lawyer. Isn't that crazy? She was a paralegal all through college, and she is a goddamn lawyer who owns a home and a dog. It's crazy. It's really weird. Yeah, I watched her be born. I mean, I didn't watch it actually. I volunteered actively not to watch it, but I was there moments afterwards. Reminds me, I'm very thankful to my boyfriend who kept a chocolate stash for me because it helped cramps. Fuck yes. Next time some chode goes woke and shit, I'll pull a, you need to calm down your imaginary insert gender here troubles. Oh, yes. Really, it could work either way. My favorite insult that has come out of you guys in the past couple weeks was, it was when Zach and I were playing, what's that game we played? Split Fiction. And, we were talking about each other's chats. And we were talking about, like, the crossover, and one of you, I cannot for the life remember which one of you said it. Own it if you did. One of you literally said, I don't like to go over to that chat. It smells of boy. She's elegance. She's grace. It's one of the best things I've ever heard in a while. Because that is a distinct smell. Bad company is people that use language like emancipation. Respectful young women should stay clear. You're not wrong. You're not. I mean, that probably was it, to be honest, considering. Bro, she'd grab my junk and laugh if I said some shit like that. Women are scary. You're welcome. You like it. You guys thrive in the fear. Headbutt him in the dick if he ever does that, to the tune of mixed, oh my God, mixed messages. And then I punched your dad in the dick. It smells of boy. I know. Like, I'm not 100% sure what it means, but I still love it. I did not, but I wish I was that smart, right? And it's great because if someone's like, what do you mean? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Your comeback can be like, oh, I thought you were a man. Boy is different. But it could have been, it was off the top of someone's head and it was so fucking funny. I just died. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I've thought it a lot, but never said it. One of my favorites is, if she was spice, she'd be flour. That is harsh. I think one of the worst I had come at me one time, and I don't even remember why. And it was funny because I was a little bit clever back, but someone said to me, oh, honey, you look like you wear a name tag to work. And I was like, bitch, I'm a respiratory therapist, and I do. But I think they meant it to be a dig. I just don't think they realized where the fuck they were digging. You know what I'm saying? You're about as spicy as salt. That is a fucking... I mean, I know people that think onions are spicy. That is real and funny. The music video for this Mastodon video features a number of strippers, no nudity. One of them is Cocky's friend. Shut the fuck up! Wait, didn't we watch something else with Cocky's friend in it too? Or was it a different friend? Oh, thank you, Eric, and I'm excited. As a former teenager, yeah, I can tell what that smells like, but I don't want to gross anyone out. Dude, I know the exact smell. I had 3 older brothers. No shit, my parents built them an apartment over our garage, and, like, that's where all the video game stuff was. And so I had to go up there if I wanted to play video games, and I'd hike my ass up there, and you open that door, and it was just, like, dirty boy sweat, testosterone, dust. I can, to this day, like, sensory smell it. And there's nothing, we all stink when we're kids. We're all stinky, stinky nasties. But there is something so distinct about boy smell. It is a smell of hormones and lack of hygiene. There's something there that happens. Smells like Axe and butthole. What was pre-Axe? Because I know my brothers used something, but this was before Axe existed. What was it? There was something. Like, it was something. I don't know. Was it just like what Old Spice? Oh yeah. The white aftershave shit. That and sweat and ass. That was the smell. It could have been Curve. It was some sort of body spray, and then like I think this was pre-Axe, pre-Love Spell. Everybody had a bad body spray. I'm not picking on boys. Love Spell. Come on. Fucking Victoria's Secret Love Spell. It's nauseating. Coated ourselves in it because mom won't smell the cigarettes through this. We all did it. But there was like, cheap ass fucking like perfumes that you would get at Walmart. There was one that I swear I want to say it was like Dracar Noir or something that like every stinky boy wore because it was strong and musky and would cover BO. Like they thought. I think they thought. It didn't. Was that what it was called? Bod. Oh, Bod. Bod was absolutely involved. Bod existed for surezies. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Irish Spring was my older brother's go-to smell. It was horrid. I like Irish Spring if it comes from because you took a bath. But how do you cover yourself in Irish Spring and also be smelly? My boy's room always smells like armpits, ass, and feet. I bought them a lot of scented candles and air fresheners. My mom tried. I mean, she cleans just as neurotically as I did. There's just something about that hormonal mix of like hormones and sweat and dirty boy is so distinct. Something about it. I don't know. I remember it. I remember it walking into boys' rooms that I had a crush on as a kid. I'd be like, wow, it smells like a boy in here. Weird. And I'm sure, do girls have smell? Y'all can tell us. Do we have like girl smell? The bears can smell the menstruation. We do? Is it similar? Cause like I'm the second youngest of 8, so I didn't experience, like all I had was my little sister. I didn't experience that. Was it Victoria's Secret Love Spell? Because mom can't smell the cigarettes through that. Or Bath and Body Works something. Was it Bath and Body Works? I'm curious. I guarantee we're hormonal and probably not as clean as we should be when we're little teens as well. And like I said, like we'd go smoke 3 packs of cigarettes at a bonfire party and then sit in the car and go like that's covering bonfire and cigarette and booze. Like we truly thought it was. And it was Victoria's Secret Love Spell was very, very popular. There were so many though, and they were just gross. Boys are absolutely worse, are they? I have sisters, I have boy sisters and girl sisters. I have sisters and brothers. Excuse me, I didn't mean to speak out of tune. I have sisters and brothers, but my sisters are so much older than me, I didn't live with them, other than my little sister. But boy had a smell. Sweet pea from, oh my god, shut the fuck up. That was Bath and Body Works, wasn't it? I think I had sweet pea and everything. Oh, I feel called out. I forgot about it. Oh, I had everything. We stunk. I forgot about that shit. I had sweet pea everything. Oh my god. Ew. And it like, I can viscerally remember, it smelled like a lollipop / burnt plastic. I swear all of them, Love Spell, anything from Victoria's Secret, Bath & Body Works, all of those cheap, like, just smelly lotions, they had a back end of burnt plastic. All of them. Why do I suddenly want to take a shower? Right? We are all we are all within about 25 years. I find that our community, give or take, mostly older than me, but, like, we're about in this chunk where it's like, we are of that era where we weren't really born into cell phones, but we had to learn to live with them. That's where I cut that line. Like elder millennial / baby Gen X. That's what you are, right, V? The ones older than me is X, right? Yeah, okay. Whew. Got that. Thank you. There's too many of those fucking terminologies these days. I feel like as a millennial, I get a cheat. Like the rest of them, other than like what is it, the golden generation or whatever, it's like Gen X, Gen Y, Gen A, or Gen Alpha or whatever. We just got millennial. It's a little bit of a cheat, even though everybody hates us. The elderberry millennial. Yeah, that's about it. But it's great because we all have these, like, what did we have the other day? Oh my God. I had to tell Zeke about it because it was so great. Oh, it was the it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And we had a whole discussion like, what's lazier, for lack of a better word? Like, just genuinely needing the television to ask you where your children are every night at 10 p.m. or texting them from the other room? I don't know. I think it's just a different form of the same bullshit. My sister used to do this thing where she'd spray the body spray a bunch and then walk through it. What the fuck? Isn't that in a movie? No, Tom Haverford. Have you seen Parks and Rec? That's Parks and Rec. I swear to God, I can't remember why or where he's going, but he's like, I have to sit in my cologne cloud for a minute, and it's like David Feinstein's sweat or something, and he sprays it and sits in the car like bathing in his cloud. Oh my God. I didn't know that was real. That's beautiful. I only keep track of mine, yours, and whatever's the current one. The rest of them don't concern me. Amen. I mean, what are they? I don't think it's common to run into teen girls wearing so much perfume that your eyes are burning. You know what's crazy? When I was in school, it was body spray, but it was only like, we didn't wear it. Like, at least when I was in school, we didn't wear body spray to school. It was to cover up cigarette smell or something. Like, that's pretty much what body spray was, which is gross. Like, perfume and shit wasn't huge, but my aunts and my nana and my mom, they wear all the exact same perfume. It's called Opium. Remind me, it's like, is it Estee Lauder Opium? I don't know. It's been around forever, but you can buy this like box set where it's like Opium body wash, Opium lotion, Opium perfume, Opium dew toilet or whatever. And they bathe in it and then fucking cloud themselves in it to the point where when they drive up in the driveway and get out of the car, you smell it in the house. And then by the time they're in the house, it's on your tongue. And then when they hug you, your eyes are bleeding. And I just don't, it's my whole life. I swear to God, they smell like Nordstrom's. Like, you know, walking by, I don't know if anybody's, yeah, we're all about that age. You've been to a mall. I don't know if they still exist anymore, but remember walking by like a Nordstrom's or a Macy's or a Bon Marché and that fucking perfume just like, of every nauseating, that's what it's like just being around one human and they all do it. And I don't understand, like, why. I don't think they can smell themselves or something. It's so fucking strong. I don't mind cologne or perfume or whatever, but I shouldn't smell it unless we're like this. Or hugging. I don't want to taste it. I just don't want to taste it at all. The Y was dropped. So it's Gen X and then we, allegedly, we're supposed to be Gen Y, I guess. And then we're millennials. This is your brain on drugs with a fried egg. Sure. My brain's on drugs all the time. I don't feel like a fried egg. I wish the teens in my middle school only used those sprays to cover things up. Wait. Are they like huffing body spray? Do I want to know? Was it like a gold kind of oval-ish bottle? Because that's Opium. It's like amber colored kind of. Same, crispy. It makes me sick. No wonder grandmas and aunts are always chill. Their highs. Oh my God. Their eyes. This is how they're taking their drugs. This whole time I'm been like, it's just the name of the perfume. It doesn't have drugs in it. But does it? Well, now I'm curious. See, the camera drifts. What's going on? What's wrong with you, camera? Why are you being this way? Okay. Good morning, Molly. How are you, love? I just drove past the mall. Is it open? Dude, this is the killer, Phoenix. There's nothing wrong with Old Spice or Axe or Bod. Like, personal smells are nice. It's using it to cover up lack of hygiene. And I think it was just even worse because, like, teenagers were going through all the hormones and shit, and hormones make your sweat just exponentially worse. And then if you're just not taught, you know, maybe a daily shower while you're going through this hormonal shit is a good idea, then they'd cover it up. But it doesn't cover it up. You just smell like sweat and Axe. So, like, it got associated with, like, you smell Axe, they're probably dirty. Because that's what the majority of people thought, because it's easier than taking a shower, just, like, spray yourself in some smelly shit. But, like, it's the same with perfume. A nice, delicate perfume that you smell when you hug someone is lovely. But if it's covering up the fact that you have extreme BO and you just chose not to bathe for days. Help! I hates it. Oh, no shit. Certain frequencies and sound hurt my ears, and I've been getting headaches on and off. Oh, honey, I hope you get it solved. That sucks. Nana isn't crazy. My Nana was never crazy. She's a little fucking weird, but not crazy. The only thing she did towards the end was she started, like, outing her sex life, and that was weird. That was uncomfortable. Like, after my grandfather passed. Know what I'm saying? Like, those kind of things, you're just like, Nana, I'm the product of that, kind of like steps of Kevin Bacon-ish. I don't. Your grandfather was a stallion. He loved my pussy. Ah! Nana said pussy again. No, she did not. Your grandmother would never say pussy. She said pussy again. Don't forget the again. This is twice now. These are conversations I've had with my mother. She still doesn't believe me. My Nana said pussy and cunt multiple times to me. Woman was hilarious. Hilarious woman. But fuck, dude. No one believes me. Nana absolutely got that dick. Oh, 100%, dude. The things she would say out loud that you would, like, at first you'd giggle and be like, Nana's saying a Nanaism. Oh my fucking God, she's talking about his penis. Oh, yeah. Like, for instance, your grandpa always kept a supply of popsicles in the freezer for me. He really cared for me. What does that mean, Nana? Nana, what does that mean? What does that mean? He just loved me with a popsicle in my mouth. Nana, what does that mean? Though, Nana's dead. I can't ask these questions, and as a youth, I was not smart enough to ask them. And now I just have to ponder these things for the rest of my fucking life. No clue. No idea. Bless her, though. Or like giving me 2 candies, winking and saying, you can never fly on one wing. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? I think my Nana did drugs. I don't know. I wish she was around to ask these questions. I just wasn't smart enough. Aftercare is important, 100%. I'm sure she would. I'm trying to think of one she would say. I can't think of it exactly, but she'd say something along the lines of, your grandfather doesn't want to have to search the bed for what he wants. And she'd say things like that, like, in terms of her being heavier. She'd be like, your grandpa doesn't want to look for me in bed. He doesn't want to have to search for me. Like, and I still to this day, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, they had a huge bed. They had like a California king. What does that mean? Your grandfather didn't want to have to search for what he's looking for in bed. What does that mean? What does that mean? I remember crawling into bed with them as a little tiny tyke. What does that mean? She's not here. I can't ask. I don't know. Women in my family are wild. Well, Katie, when a man and a woman love each other very much. My favorite grandpa saying, other people's children. What? What does that mean, Grandpa? What does that mean? Be a 100%. My Nana, I think I can almost do the face she had. I don't have her exact facial structure. She had a very, like, round, cute little Irish head. And I look more like my dad. But she had this, like, look. I swear to God, it was that. Like, she lived in this recliner, and there was a table, like, between the recliner and the couch, like a end table or whatever. And she had her big fucking huge family Catholic Bible on there, and gin and tonic and limes and chocolates and whatever she needed, her controllers for her enormous TV to watch Jeopardy, whatnot. And so I would sit on the couch on the other side of this thing, and we would just bullshit and watch TV together, and it was hilarious. And if silence happened, eventually she would just say shit like, your grandfather was a stallion. He loved my pussy. I had a beautiful cunt. What the fuck does that mean, Nana? And I would literally look at her like, what? And the only thing I'd get from the profile was, that's it. I don't know. She was raised in a Catholic orphanage, man. Guaranteed she had some weird kinks. But literally, just imagine that. And that's it. Just this nefarious little fucking... and she did it till the day she died. Obviously, she was my Nana, so I only knew her in her older years. That was her thing, was this, like, adorable little face. Like, Nana's being fucked up right now, but she won't say it. And we have no idea. You know what, Glut? I would not be shocked. In her younger years, I think I've told you guys this, she was a Vegas cigarette girl and, like, bartender and shit. So she wore those little, like, outfits, you know, and walked around with the little, like, tray around her neck, like, anybody want cigarettes? A drink for you, honey? How you doing? Like, that was her job when they were in their 20s, when she was, like, having my aunts. Like, that, what a lifestyle. Like, God knows what she did or what she saw in those years. I would not be shocked by any means if she was in something like that. Crispy, hard same. I just want to be the crazy witch lady who sits on her front porch and says weird things to the children as they walk by. That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm excited for those days. Grandpa used to rearrange my intestines, dude. Like, your grandfather was a stallion. What else does that mean, Nana? What does that mean? What does that mean? Or we'd go get a pedicure, and the ladies at the pedicure place would be like, you have such soft legs, to my Nana. And she'd be like, yeah, I've never had to shave anything. To me, in the other chair, getting my pedicure, and I'd be like, did my Nana just tell me she has a fucking hairless pussy? Like, is that... Help! 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 I can't! What the fuck? And the little lady doing her feet just giggles at her, because she probably hears this kind of shit all the time. But shit like that, she'd drop and just give you that face. And I'm sure my mom's gonna start doing that face any day now. I'm worried. Nana, oh, absolutely. Her story is far too innocent and beautiful. So this is my Nana's story. Chronicle, thank you so much for summoning the class. Keeping the class alive and giving it swings so fucking long. I appreciate you. Streamer message back at you. My Nana's story. So she, like, not the story part, but the real part, raised in a Catholic orphanage because her mom was a mail order bride from Ireland. Her husband abandoned her after she birthed 5 kids, so she had to go work as a live-in maid. And so her kids had to live in an Irish Catholic orphanage. There we go. So she was raised in an Irish Catholic orphanage where we have no idea what the fuck, other than, you know, the facts of, like, her a cigarette girl, we have pictures and stuff, is the day she turned 18, my grandfather, in his uniform from being in the Marines and fighting in the war, drove up on his motorcycle to the front of the orphanage. She walked out of the orphanage on her 18th birthday, jumped on the back of the motorcycle. They drove off, got married, had a bunch of babies, and that was it. Happy-go-lucky. But also, they went to go live in Vegas, where my grandpa never had an actual job and never paid taxes, and we still don't quite understand what the fuck he did for money, but they died millionaires. I don't know. He wore a gold chain and a white like, you know, the white shirt with the rolled up cigarette pack V and a gold chain around his neck, and he had, like, slicked over white hair. My grandpa was fucking handsome, but, like, totally looked like a gangster. I have no idea, though. Like, all I have is these moments my Nana would say, and then, and I'm like, what the fuck? No idea. None. We have no idea. Like, that's all I have is that story, and so we've just had to, like, put shit together throughout the years. No clue. Nana was wild, I guess. I think that means you're part centaur. I hope so. When do I get my horse pieces? Which parts? She totally had a giggle, and I can't imitate it. But she would, like, do this, like, she'd do the... that. Minus my fucked up vocal cords. My Nana could sing. Beautiful voice. She had some giggle she'd do with it, but I sound kind of like a dying squirrel. She had an adorable giggle that went with it, and I can't do it. But it was nefarious, and whatever the fuck was going on, like, she led a life. I don't know what it was, though. I have no idea. Exactly, like, Pagan, that's part of the thing. Like, I have this wonderful image of my Nana still in my head. Like, do I want those deets? I don't know. I'm already fucked with the non-deets. They've said kinks can be genetic, Katie. I mean, that makes sense. They say taste in humans is genetic, so careful. I mean, that's why, you tend to aim for someone who's like your mom or your dad, which is weird. It's called waste management. You know? I have no idea. My grandpa had a huge shop that was full of, and I'm not out here trying to out my grandparents. They are dead. There's nothing that can happen. But he had a shop that was 3 times bigger than their house that was just full of meticulously dismembered cars. I don't know. I remember sitting on a stool with like a fudge sickle watching my grandpa work on cars, and to this day, the smell of motor oil on someone's hands will get me to suck a dick. Like, that is so not because I want to suck my grandpa's dick. The nostalgia, I love motor oil. I don't know, gasoline. Don't be weird about it. But seriously, the familiarity of like a shop, a car, like a fucking motor shop. I don't know, gets me going. I love that smell. It's disgusting. Required utilizing some scripts and security stuff, but we have our audio compressor back in fun emotes again. That's exciting. Oh my god, I hope Frankerface, that means Frankerface hasn't been working for me either, and I wanted to go delete it, and I did delete it and re-add it, and then it still didn't work. But if it's starting to just now work for you, I'm gonna go remove it and re-add it again. Because that's like my ban button and my permit button. It's everything. And it hasn't worked. I was not prepared for the rabbit holes this conversation went down, namely Katie's grandma. Isn't it wild? My aunts, like, Christmas conversation. So Christmas morning was very traditional for my family. Everyone had to go to my Nana's house. Everyone had to bring presents from their house to my Nana's house to open them in front of her tree. You cannot open presents at home. I've never had a Christmas like while my Nana was alive until like mid-20s. I never had a Christmas at home in my life. Always at my Nana's house. And my aunts would show up in the morning, but they'd have Christmas with their boyfriends really, really early because they're all divorced and a little slutty. Go them. And literally they'd show up and be like, Tony got me the best personal massager. He immediately tested it out on me and ooh, ooh, ooh. Because they all have scream cackles. Because that's the women of my family. And we'd all be like 10 around the tree, like, can we open our stockings, please? Please. I need anything to disassociate from this current moment in my life. Help. Help me now. Help. That was life. Like, they're all sexual, just creatures of fucking mystery. It's wild. I think I come by that rightly, wherever that comes from. The just, like, all the horniness. I thought you meant the way a human tasted could be genetic. And I think to myself, who the hell's breeding humans for their flavor? Okay, that's really funny. Give it a little... Not that one. My mom calls my dad a zucchini. Oh, I fucking hate that for you. I fucking hate that for you. I grew up like having to, and I say that because it wasn't a choice, like just the way my house was designed. Like if my parents decided to fuck, the whole house knew they were fucking. I didn't like it. No shit. I had a bad time. I mean, good for them. Get some, but like, man, there's so many times the day when we're not home and you had to do it now when I have friends over. All right. Okay. Sure. I left for a few minutes too and I came back to a ClassyKatie story. Always. Back to the nutty flavor of certain buttholes, Katie. Is there something you're not telling us about your medical knowledge? I mean, I can't be the first medical professional. I mean, you guys have been to the doctor. Like, it's pretty normal to have your asshole licked, yeah? Like, yeah, we all go ew, icky, like gynecology appointments and shit. But at the end of the day, if it's what has to happen for a proper diagnosis and a proper health check, it's what has to happen, right? Thank you. Every visit, I'm saying. Like, that's why we have charting across hospitals nowadays. So my professionals, my medical professional team can look up and see in the last 6 months, has asshole been licked? Yes, no. And I keep on top of that shit because I'm here for a long time. Hopefully a good time. But you know, I'm not letting something like a dry asshole take me out. That's not the journey for me. Personally, and I'm not here to judge yours, like if you're into that crusty lifestyle, like you do you boo boo, I would suggest maybe a little fish hooking of a little aquaphor up there once in a while. I don't know, just to like smoothen out the process, but variety is the spice. You know what I'm saying? Make like a leaf. Fuck. Exactly, like how else do you pay your copay? I sign my checks with my trow dropped. It's just more efficient. Like, get the job done. I have shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can fill out information and spread cheek at the same time. I have two hands. That is my privilege. I'm so glad our house is filled with spray form insulation. Cocky 33 and I don't know why I said Cocky 33. I think that's the first time I've ever said the 33 in Cocky's name ever in my entire life. Aim for early AM fun to avoid the family having to hear us. I mean, I honestly, being a parent has to suck. Like, in many ways, more than one, but like finding private time to actually enjoy each other's body and suck on all your naughty parts has to be hell. Hell. But it's also hell to go upstairs at 11:30 at night to get a snack because I'm hungry and hear, go. Ah! Oh, Tim! Go. And then have to explain to my 3 girlfriends who came upstairs to get a snack with me, like, what the fuck is going on, and that we should just go back downstairs and wait a couple minutes. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's uncomfortable across the board. I don't have an answer, but I have a lot of stories. Twitch has been twitchy for the past week, Rod. No shit. It didn't just happen to me. I think Najeel had the same thing and someone else where it's doing this thing where like chat will load this can't load module thing. I think they're doing stuff. Like for the past literal week, I think Twitch is doing something in the back end because shit has been weird. It hasn't been working right. Assholes are like 9 volts. You know you shouldn't, but you're probably going to lick it if you get bored. Thank you. Thank you. And it's just happened. It's just a coincidence that my asshole shocks people. Doc, are you checking my prostate with your hands on my shoulders? Deeper, son. Cheers. My parents definitely played patty cakes. Oh, yeah. And they had, I mean, bless them, they designed their house, the house that I like graduated high school from, I guess you would say. And it was, I want to say it was like a hexagon or a pentagon, like layer cake, 3 layers. So, but the top floor where my parents lived was only half of that. And so the middle floor of the house had really tall ceilings up one side of the house. If you've ever seen a lake house, you know, where one side of the house is just all windows kind of in a weird triangle, like an oddly steep triangle, that's what my house looked like because we lived on a fucking lake. And my parents' bedrooms, and I still don't know why they did this, and I don't think they know why they did this, but leading out to that super tall ceiling that looked down on the dining room, they had French doors, which are just like, French doors are glass indoor doors. I still don't understand the fucking point of them, but they had French doors on their little, like, literal 6-inch balcony to look down into the dining room, under these super tall ceilings, and the windows to look out on the view. And that's what was making the go, and it would rattle the whole fucking house. Good for them! Like, seriously, like, good for them! But also, it obviously stuck. That shit's weird to explain to people. Like, it's probably not as interesting as it sounds. Fucking Tim. I think they regretted it. They were so stupid. Literally, I'm not kidding you. Like, their bedrooms were half the upper floor, and then those French doors opened in, and then there was this much balcony. It was pointless. These doors were pointless. They literally could have just had windows that looked out into windows. I don't know. But man, were they loud. You could hear everything. Everything. It was terrible. And if I said anything about it, like if I tried to approach them like, hey, it was really awkward explaining to my friends last night, like what the fuck was going on? It was either like, you didn't need to be eating at 11:30 p.m., you've gained weight, or you were listening on purpose, you perv. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I think it's completely reasonable for me to ask for you to not have fucking wild spanky sex the one night a week I have a friend over. Please. Fuck. Fuck. Make it a game to be quiet, for fuck's sake. It's fucking A. Fucking weird. Super. That was to this day, I'm like, what the fuck is your problem that you would even imply something like that? Like, no one wants to hear their parents fuck. I mean, and, like, I am all here for your kinks unless they involve your children. That's not it. That's not it. Because they were embarrassed and didn't know how to just be like, I'm so sorry I did that. We could have, been considerate of the household. I guarantee every single one of you here knows somebody who has a really hard time. Just like, you know what? That's on me and I apologize. I should have maybe been a little bit, just, the one day I could have been considerate and had some quiet, sex. I don't fuck in your closet. I don't give a fuck. Do anything. I don't think that's in them. That's not going to happen. Once again, our moms are the same. I'm so sorry. Not in this stream. This is a Christian Minecraft server, for fuck's sake. What even is sex? All I know is g. Oh, Tim. Sounds like they were watching something very funny. We don't even open mouth kiss. Saliva? Sick. We should probably take our first break. It's literally, time is flying recently. I don't know why. It's been 2 hours. I have to pee. I'm out of beverage. This is a soaking only stream. Where's my bed jumper? Consensual missionary after marriage only, please. Eyes closed, lights off, legs together. Fully clothed. It is the only way. Fully clothed, yeah. Shoes on. If they're not like home shoes on, because you're not showing ankle, are you? You whore. Sheets in between, kids. Sheets in between. Do we cut a hole out? Absolutely not, because Jesus can see. Slit. Absolutely not. You can't make eye contact if your eyes are closed and the lights are off. It's the only way. My parents' room across the hall from mine, I was always telling my parents I needed better headphones. It finally got to the point that I had to tell them it's because I don't want to hear them at night. Yes. It happened when I was really young, too. And again, bless them. Like, I'm happy my parents... I don't think having kids means you can't have sex anymore. But, like, having a roommate means being mildly considerate the majority of the time of the other people in the house, in my opinion. And if you make that roommate, maybe, I don't know. But, like, I've told you guys before, we had an older house, the first house we lived in, that had a wood fire stove in the bottom floor of the house. So everybody who lived upstairs, we had to open our doors at nighttime so that all the warm air could come up. But my parents' door and my door were like this. So our doors opened together. And it was just like a perfect, nice wind tunnel of all the sounds they made. And I just didn't. And that was when they first started dating. Because he's my stepdad. That being said, it's not as fucked up as the fact that Zeke is pretty sure he heard one of his brothers actually being made through a floor vent because he lived in the basement and his dad was on the floor above him. He heard his, like, actually. Like, he's like, I can specifically remember a moment where I was like, Jesus fucking Christ at the vent, and then 9 months later, Tyson was here. I know I'm not the only kid who was subjected to this shit, but I don't think people realize how hard these moments stick. We don't forget it. It's because it's weird. Like, I shouldn't know about that yet. And now I have to think about my parents doing it. It's too much. It sticks forever. Who actually bangs with the lights off? I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like, the vast majority of the time, I don't even get fully undressed because, like, who has the time? I'm not here. I don't need some romantic moment where we're, like, skin to skin in a dark room of silk sheets and candles. Like, just knock me over whatever edge is nearby. Let's just fucking go. I'm ready. Not to be overshare, but you know what I'm saying? That romance part. I don't know. I see that, like, you know. I don't know. I don't sleep in my socks. I've never walked in on my parents, thankfully, because they were so loud. So that's one thing, Prelt, I guess I have. It sounded like a whoopee could. Oh my god. Imagine. My parents were so careful. The only confirmation I have of them having sex is that I exist. That's kind of, you know, I mean, I've thought about this before just because my dad literally died like right after my little sister was born. He was a massive alcoholic. And I've like, my mother conceived my little sister in the midst of my father being like the most alcoholic he had ever been in his whole life and literally like right before dying. Like, how did she get that to go? You know what I'm saying. How? I'm so happy because I love my little sister more than anything in this entire world. Would die for her a million times over. I love her. But like, what an achievement in its own, in itself. Ah! Hey there, you look so spiffy.
Thank you.
Look at you. Look at you. Ready for the office. Could have been a boot stuck in. Oh. Okay, so funny story. Boot stuck in. That was funny. So, I'm not even gonna say, when I was too young, probably, like, you know, we're all being little pervy children. And back in the day, you know, you would like get on the phone with a boy, like a girl would come over to spend the night at my house, and then we'd call a boy and we'd all just like giggle on the phone for hours because that's what children do until your mom picks up the line somewhere else in the house and is like, it's late, why are you on the phone? You know, that kind of thing. And we were on the phone with some guy in my school and he was like, I want to hear you finger yourself. And this is what we did. We went and got a chapstick or a lip gloss and literally went into the phone for like 10 minutes whilst laughing hysterically, mind you. And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah. I forgot about this. This is great. I totally forgot this. And I remember the next day at school, he was like, last night was like really special for me. You guys are really special to me. And me and my friend were just like, us too. This might be a formative memory for him where he really thinks, I don't know. Oh no, that's what that noise was. Anybody else hard? Shut up, Dream. That's so... Kids are stupid. Kids are stupid. Oh man, back in the day, the days of house phones. We're almost. Oh, sorry. We're gonna get there together. I'm gonna fuck up my lipstick. Oh, I forgot about that story. I really like that you guys reminded me of that moment in my life. Thank you for that. Oh, lip. Wait, is it plumping? I know, I'm going to break it for the bit and then watch. This will be the best lipstick I've ever worn and I'll never have it again. It was probably Wet n Wild lip gloss, to be honest. The fucked up shit I did in chat room in the early days of the internet, same. Oh, dude. My best friend, and this was like 7th grade, I want to say. My best friend's dad got them like dial up at their house. And I don't know if it's the first thing we did, but the first thing I remember doing with that internet, which swiftly got it taken away from us, was finding the AOL or MSN chat rooms. I don't remember which ones. The sex ones. Immediately. I mean, what else is the interwebs for? Really? But we got that internet taken away real fucking fast. Really fast.
I'm gonna plump.
I think it was AOL and there was MSN chat rooms too. And then there was AOL Messenger and MSN Messenger. I don't think I ever really used Messenger. I didn't have internet until high school. But friends of mine definitely did. And then there was like, what was the other? It's right on the, there was AOL, MSN, and there was another one and I can't remember. That was a messenger. Was it a Yahoo Messenger? There was Yahoo, but I want to say it was like, there was a different one. I might be making it up. It's been too long. I don't remember. There was a millions of them and we all went in them and they were terrible and they were horrible and we were too young and it was horrible. Horrible. And then you're wondering why people putting odd objects up their butt. It's clear that these memories, that's the basis for those kinks. Oh, 1000. Probably, definitely has a lot to do with it. ICQ! Mob fucking got it. That's what I was trying to think of. ICQ. That's the one. For me, it was MSN, AOL, and ICQ. Crazy. I wonder if those, do any of those still exist? And then you're wondering, I mean, I don't wonder anymore, but yeah. Erican, you got ICQ, shut up! Did I miss it? Oh my god, thank you. It's ICQ, you're right. I totally forgot. I knew it was like weird letters. That's why my brain was like, maybe Yahoo, but no, it's something that didn't even spell anything. The cringe emo handles, oh, the lyrics, it was always music lyrics. The most passive-aggressive, emo-y music lyrics you could possibly find. What else? Like, what else did you put as a status ever? Ever. Yeah, I used to have this chat with a random person feature and I have some store. Oh my god. Like the original, like, Omegle or something? Dude. That sounds kind of intriguing. Like in a scary way, though. Like early dark web scary. The amount of people that use their parking brake and gear shift for things that are other than parking and gear shifting are too damn high. Wait, what are they using it? Wait, is it sex? Oh! Is it sex stuff? Oh my god! What did they call that? Like leet speak? Where it was like lowercase capital, lowercase capital, lowercase capital. I think it's okay. I puked the day away. I'm not here. Exclamation, exclamation, tilde, tilde, flower made out of tildes. Oh, wow. They did. Leet. That's leet speak. Okay, that had the letters in it. Was there a name for that weird capital, lowercase shit we used to do? Proto-leet. Okay. Oh my god. What a strange thing we did. With this language we, like, invented. For what? I'm just having these flashbacks of, like, MySpace top 5s. And the strange, like, about yous where I swear to you, I knew multiple people who typed their entire about you on MySpace in the proto-leet speak, which is what I'm going to call it because I don't know. But it was the lower, like, in a paragraph. Of lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. How annoying is that to type? A paragraph? We had nothing to do. Camel case, that's what it's called. Oh, because a hump. Because it's got a hump. It's got a... Oh, hi, bud. I'm not gonna hump your head. Hi, Bubba. What are you up to, birthday boy? Are you having a good day today? You can't lick my lipstick off. It's wearing pretty well so far. We have to test it. We're testing it all day. How are you, my void child? Oh, right in the mouth every day. Are you the best boy? Are you the best boy in the whole world? Why is your face wet? Oh, it's so wet. You're very moist. You're very cute, though. You're just a cute boy. The text like this when I'm mocking someone, that's what it turned into. I feel like that, what is it called? Hump? A camel. Hump case. No, Katie. No. Hump case. Camel case. It became synonymous with that meme. That, what is it? It's like a face with the lips all stretched out and the face like, and it's like, it's the actually person. Like, actually, didn't you know? Hump case was the other chat. Hump case. There's a handy reference image. I like camel case better because it makes sense because of the humps. He's such a good boy. Are you just my best boy? He left one of those giant bones out overnight and it was covered in ants. So we're going to have to boil that now, aren't we? Mm-hmm. Disgusting. You're still sweet as fuck. You're right on my bladder, though. ASL. You know, it was different for girls. It was ASL and bra size. 32C, of course. I hate who we were. I hate this. God, this is cringe-tastic. I love it so much. Is it the SpongeBob? I think you're right. I think it is. Open Bob, show vagine. Before everyone says 17 female Callie with a 32C. Oh God, which is not in fact American Sign Language. Wait, what's not American Sign Language? Wait, what? Oh, she doesn't like the Trex costume? Honestly, that makes sense. How would she make sense of that? Says the username Vegeta Goku X God Demon XX. I mean, we could. What was your first username? I have two. I have an email and a username because those were different. Email gothicqueen69@hotmail.com. And username schizochick666. Bud, you knocked my controller over. Great, huh? None of us had good usernames. It's fine. It's fine. MRPOT what the fuck 69. See? Doesn't even, none of it makes sense. Amazing. Katie, no offense, I could have guessed both of them with enough time. No shit. I mean, come on. I read like a book. Yeah, I was just gonna say we need to take a break because I gotta pee really bad, and then I think we're gonna finish Control today. Because we allegedly got a good chunk of DLC number 2 done yesterday. So I pre-installed Alan Wake 2 like a good kid on the Epic Store. So I've got that. So we might be able to start Alan Wake 2 today, which is very exciting. Your username was Afterglow. See, that's cool. You can't have a cool one. Cringes and fellow emo kid. Thank you. Yeah. It was a time. It was a time. We're gonna repress those memories again and never speak of them, right? Let's write these usernames on a piece of paper and then crunkle it up and light it on fire And we don't ever have to think about these times in our life ever again. Because now we're ClassyKatie and we're fine. For like, I mean, mine's been ClassyKatie since I've been on Twitch. But that's why. Look at the camera shift. It's because I'm hitting my desk. Why are you doing this? You're taunting me today, and I hate you for it. I will fix you. Super duper, but no longer schizo chick or gothic queen. I love you, Vile. Have a good one. Be safe. Wash your hands. Dox the fuck out of me. Oh yeah, if it was your real name and you don't want to get doxxed, please don't give me your real. Don't no usernames. Don't do that. I went some other direction. I was Scarmish, short for Scarmish Skullhammer, because I needed to sound tough, right? I wanted to sound scary, kind of sexy. Schizo chick. What the fuck? Like, how insulting to begin with to people who have genuine schizophrenia. My God, Katie. My God. But I definitely had, you know, the journal that said cute but psycho and the t-shirt that said unmedicated. I was that kid. As wonderfully cringy as that is. It's definitely that kid. Yeah. It was a time. It was a time. But all the debauchery souls I have tied to it will be free. I mean, do they deserve freedom? I know. It's got like a clamp that's going on the monitor, but for some reason, watch it move. I have to think it's because the cord is so heavy. The cord is doing something and it's rotating the camera. I have no idea. It's being so weird. Anyways, let's take a break. I have to pee so bad. We've been live for a bit now. Stretch your legs, get a beverage. All the goblining. Don't knock my controller over again, bud. I'll have to beat you up. Stay there for a sec. Wash your goddamn water bottles. And cuddle a void. I don't know. I guess you just genuinely. We needed a void snuggle. Hi, bud. Are you the best boy? You can't lick my mouth. I know. You want to get it off. You're just the best boy. I know. I love you so much. A WWE shirt as a kid in the 5th grade that said, "Do you spit or swallow?" It was a Carlito shirt. Oh, I love that so much. When I was like in elementary school, when I think I could still, I don't remember ever getting in trouble for any of it, but I have pictures of myself wearing like Budweiser shirts of my dad's, or Coors Light shirts, or Camel cigarette shirts, or you know, the shirt they would have like a sexy lady body. You would get on vacation somewhere. My parents would buy that and send me to school in that. But when I was real little, to where it was like kind of still funny. Probably not appropriate. Yeah, can I pee? You're on my bladder. You wanna go outside? Let's go outside. Oh, okay. Pee time. I love you guys. I'll be right back. I gotta pee so bad. Get beverages, load your bowls, do all those things. Check and see if your lipstick bald. Not on the teeth, unless that's that lipstick or a hole. That's just a gap in my teeth. Oh, we're still good. We'll see. It's so dry and crispity. BRB. Shall we try to... Well, try. Shall we finish maybe Control? That'd be sick. I just genuinely am so fucking excited to get... I don't want to finish Control because I love the game so much, but I genuinely am so excited to get into Alan Wake 2. And the fact that the DLC we're doing right now is like quintessentially Alan Wake DLC makes it so much better. It's like... It's getting me hyped. I'm getting hyped, my dudes. I'm very excited. That being said, it's the end of the Remedyverse for now, I guess, until they do the remake or combination or whatever of Payne? Max Payne? Yeah, Max Payne. Until they do that, it's kind of bittersweet, a little, but dope. But bittersweet. I'm a little, just realize that it's the end. Not yet, but like, you know. I'm very excited. I'm so happy I didn't put my, like, I know it's a default for so many people. All of us have done it. Like, default, put our birth year in an email or something like that because you need numbers because your name is taken or something like that. And I was born in 88, which the fucking racist Nazis liked to take because H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. So you do the math. So they like to use it as secret code in their usernames. Super, super glad didn't do that. Super glad I didn't do that because I don't need any of that bullshit in my life. Anyways, excuse me, light the torch. Bless you. I'll let you finish. My Christian name, last name, plus the last 4 digits. Man, I got the internet so late. Like, I didn't get it right away. And by the time we got it, my mom had really drilled into me, like, be scared of the internet, people. Don't even let people know you're human. Like, so I never put any personal information in anything. Thank fuck. We're not kid smart, no. By the time I got internet, I was in high school, so I kind of had it by then, but yeah, I still dumb. I was not an adult. Still dumb, still young, still an idiot, but smart enough, like, not smart enough, I guess, but I was excessively cautious. Like, I was terrified. I was like, the internet is the bad, but like, it kind of created, I've talked about this before, it kind of created a psychosis where it was like, everybody on the internet is bad, but which meant everybody, if they're real in real life, they're suddenly safe. Which is not good either because you always need to be cautious. Humans are humans. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love you so much, Ginger. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm sorry. I hate to do this. I feel like my parents got the good internet while I was away at college. Like, not good, like DSL, I think, which was great. I mean, back in the day, DSL was the shit. Where's your volume gonna be, game? I know. I'm going to save it. I did. I went pee. I had to pee so bad I forgot to turn the music up for break. I ran. At least I ran an ad. So we're good there. But yeah, I'm good. Thank fuck. I had to pee so bad. I drank way too much coffee. 10 rules of the internet. One of them being never share your personal information or location. Meanwhile, these days, basically all social sites require those to some extent. Oh, 100%. It's crazy the amount we are not precious about that shit anymore. Yes. Cheers. I mean, technically, I drank a coffee before stream, chased that with a coffee, and then chased that with a water, and then a Monster. So it's even worse. Cheers. I need to repack my bowl. I've got a hole, which is where this lovely fucker comes in handy.
Turn it off, Willard.
The toke bud. Okay. I replace muscle milk with that. My bong is smoking itself. What is that? I always forget the brand. I just get them on Amazon. It's the chocolate milk. I literally have it in my freezer, in my fridge. The protein chocolate milk. What are those called? Fairlife. I love those things. Don't you love when you're just handed some electrolytes? Clear your bong. I'm pretty picky about the protein. If I do like a protein shake or a protein supplement or something like that, the grittiness of a lot of them is so gross. They're chalky. And the Fairlife one is the first one in my life I've ever had that doesn't taste gritty, chalky, like extra thick. It just tastes like chocolate milk. Like, I was already drinking Fairlife chocolate milk, And then Glut was like, did you know that they make little ones of the protein version? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I tried them and they're amazing. Are we getting that fucking graphic glitch again? Don't. That was weird yesterday. Does Coca-Cola make it? Doesn't the... I mean, we've looked at that map before. There's like 3 companies that own everything in the whole world. You know what? They sent me this ages ago. It's literally like... Let me show you this real quick. It's T-O-K, bud. Toke. Spelt like that. This thing, literally, so you've got your toker, poker, which has a fucking dog hair stuck to the resin on it, which is gross. And then you've got, like, a flat poker, like a scraper or whatever for your dabs. And then you've got a tamper, or you can make little pucks of resin with that guy. And then it's actually a grinder on the inside. Like, you can put a bud in there. You lift that up, and then you... Bud, grind. It's incredible. It's the most portable little fucking ridiculous tool I've ever had. You can actually... This is another thing. You can put a spool of hemp wick in it. And that's what that little wheel is. And it wheels out right there. I've never done it. Hemp wick is dangerous. I smoke, like, little micro hits so often that I go through hemp wick so fucking fast. But that right there is for a spool of hemp wick. Toke buds are great. Oh, and a lighter pocket. Do I have a square lighter? That you have to squeeze in. But that's your lighter pocket. Ugh. Anyways, Toke, yeah. They just sent it to me for free, which was fucking gross. It was great. It's the nicest, weird little tool. I don't know. It's just like everything in one little guy. But the grinder, I use it for allegedly Burning Man. Because it's just so small and discreet and you're not grinding up very much. Is it on Hemper? Oh, I'm so glad because they were a really, really small company when they sent this to me. I've had this forever. I'm glad they're on Hemper now. That's awesome. Thank you for telling me. I didn't know. They weren't on Hemper for the longest time. I want to say they're actually a local-based company in Denver. And that's why they sent it to me. I want to say it. I don't remember. And instead of starting Alan Wake, getting 15 minutes of Alan Wake 2, and then having to wait until Saturday to play, I think I'm just going to wait. For that reason, not only that, but tomorrow's going to be an extra long stream. So, do you want to come say goodbye, bub? You're just staring at me. So tomorrow, Fated motherfucking Friday. If you don't know about Fated Friday, I invite you to bring musical links and funny videos. It's all about good vibes all day long. We listen to awesome music. We watch funny things on the internet. We laugh. If you smoke weed or imbibe, I invite you to join us. We usually get a little high. And then what's going to happen? It's going to be an extra long stream tomorrow. So we're going to do normal Fated Friday all day. And then immediately afterwards, I'm going to take a break. And then I'm going to roll right into playing Repo with a bunch of friends. Really burger high. Burrito Hangerburger high. Hangerburger. Derdaburger high. I don't even know how many Berbers I get in there, but man, on Friday, that Hangerburger word gets really fucking long. So it's going to be a really long stream tomorrow, but I'm excited. Repo's really fun, and it's funny, and Beth's going to play, and I'm excited for you guys to get to hang out with Beth and Max and Tater and one other person, and Zeke's going to play. It's going to be hilarious and fun. File! What the tit fart? And there's no alert. And they're not muted. Muy interesante. Thank you very much for gifting 10 subs in the chat, you generous hoe. M. Lasik, Illusion Imperium, Maggot King 18, Cloud McStrife, Jack Jaffa, Brief Insanity TV, Ariel Rages, Dr. Claw MD, Durkle, and Tekken. You're all butt wizards of the highest order. Please go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. I fucking love that we just have the chant in the background now. Stick the fingers into the wet, the pearls, the red, the yellow. Yes. Oh, the thing. I literally have it up. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. It's so weird that I couldn't turn it off while live, but I will be doing that. But on that note, I'm going to look for someone to raid. Thank you, Vile, you generous fuck. I appreciate you. We just finished and beat the second and final DLC. I can finally say I played all of Control. Come on. Do you want to come have a snuggle or not? You're just breathing hot on me. I love you. You're the sweetest boy. You are. You're just my sweetest boy in the whole world. But tomorrow we're going to play shit with Zeke and Beth and Max and Tater and one other person I can't remember. But we're going to play lots of games tomorrow and it's going to be super fun after Faded Friday. So Faded Friday, it's going to be sick. The chance will, and they stick in the weirdest way, like the fingers sticking into the wet, or the red and the yellow and the pearls or whatever. I'm gonna have to look up the whole chant and I'm gonna read it. I don't know, maybe I'll read it like as an open to Alan Wake 2 or something. And then there's the egg thing in there. We build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. There's always the egg. Yes, Miss Ma'am. Do you want to come say hi or not? I don't know. I know what you want, but I would like to say goodbye. It's not time yet, pretty girl. She's such a beautiful girl. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Again, I don't know what it is. The last, like, 2 weeks, week at least, week and a half, the days are just gone. I feel like they have just disappeared. The hours have just disappeared. Good conversation and good company, I guess. What more can you say? We've had a blast. It's been a very good time. Lots of cool lore bits you could spend a whole stream talking about for real. Oh, you reminded me, actually. So one thing I wanted to do, another thing we could do before we play Alan Wake, if you guys want to, or we could do it tomorrow if you guys want to. It doesn't matter. It'd be happy for me, but I want to, if I can find one, I'd like to find some sort of YouTube video that, how do I put, like ties all the Remedyverse into itself as much as we know. Like maybe someone smart and nerdy out there has made a YouTube video that's awesome that would help, like, just because it's been so long, we've played so much. Might, if you find one, definitely let me know. I'm gonna look for one as well. I'd like to watch one of those when we're done, because that'd be sick. Just to, like, that'd be such a nice wrap up of the series, just to, like, solidify the entire Remedy thing together. What else? Oh yeah, tomorrow's extra long stream. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm so space cadet. I'm high. Bring weed. Tomorrow, this isn't high. Tomorrow's. By the way, lipstick. It balled up a little. Just a little though. Like, I feel like only I can notice it and no one else can. So, for a lick stip. Cheers. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me on this fine-ass Thursday. Thank you for enjoying the Remedyverse thus far with me. It's been a fucking pleasure, and I am beyond stoked to start Alan Wake 2 with you guys on Saturday. That being said, tomorrow is Faded Friday, so bring your musics and your funnies and your good vibes and cute animals and whatever, and we'll enjoy it. Let's see who the fuck is live. My live thing has such a hard time loading sometimes, which is why oftentimes I default to people I know, because it just has a heart attack and doesn't load any people, and I don't know why. I mean, not that I would, I'm not that smart, but, you know. You're a shit stank! Alright. Piss fucker on a piece of... I clicked out of it right when it was about to load. Katie. Alright. Alright, bitch. I'm the worst. Welcome to my stream. It's lovely to see all of you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Sometimes, Twitch be twitching, and today, Twitch twitching hard. I'm gonna raid Zach, because I just know I know he's live right now, and he's dressed up all fancy for LA Noire, and if you've never played LA Noire, it's actually a pretty fucking decent game. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Change your fucking bong water. Clean that shit. Throw some ISO and some salt in there. Shake that shit up. Leave it for a couple minutes. You'll be amazed at how yellow that water is, or the salt is when you pour it out. I love you and take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Hello, my love. Or tonight for movie night. Faded Friday. Don't forget. Repo tomorrow night. I love you. Bye. Her brain. She's out of